would like to Prabhuji. So, and also Samarpan Govind Prabhu. So he was coordinating for me to come out. Somehow, because of my convenience, your dates are arranged now. Though all of you are busy, this week has been arranged. So thank you for everything, for adjusting yourself. So for the next 5 days, we'll be discussing from Canto 5, chapter 16 to chapter 26. In between prayers are there. We may not be able to cover the prayers because the prayers are in a different mood. The what we are discussing will be in different mode. So we don't want to change the mode. So yes. Okay. We'll begin our discussion. If you see, I titled this entire section as the maintenance and protection of the living entities. So Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 3, chapter 5 onwards, all the way up to chapter 15 of Canto 5. There is a discussion about the primary creation and secondary creation. How Mahavishnu, Brahma, and Brahma's children, the Prajapatis, Manus, etc., how they carry forward the creation. That has been briefly presented in these chapters. Now, in the second half of the fifth canto, we try to understand how this universe is being maintained by the Supreme Lord. We always hear that the three deities, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, take care of the creation, maintenance, and annihilation. So, Brahma's creation has been vividly explained. Brahma does with the help of Prajapatis and Manus in the previous cantos. Now, how does the Lord maintain the entire universe? A brief description of that is given in the fifth canto. And subsequent details also will come in the future cantos. But mainly, this part of the Bhagavatam is considered to be the maintenance of the entire universe. So, in the second canto, when Parikshit Maharaj asked so many questions in order to retain Sukadeva Goswami for the next 7 days, because Sukadeva Goswami is very well known for not to stay at the house of a householder, nor the time required to milk a cow. So at the end of the first canto, Parikshit Maharaj asked a question. He quickly answered in 2 chapters and 10 verses. And then Parikshit Maharaj asked one more question. He again quickly answered, taking the reference of Brahma Narada Samvad. Then Parikshit Maharaj is in anxiety. It seems Sukadeva Goswami is in hurry to leave. So in order to keep him, he asked so many questions in the 8th chapter. About 25 questions he asks. He says, so don't worry that I am fasting. I am not eating any food and taking any water. Don't worry about my hunger and thirst. By hearing Krishna Katha from your lotus mouth, my hunger and thirst are completely pacified. You please answer all my questions and also speak something which I have not answered. Then Sukadeva Goswami says, in order to answer all your questions, I need to speak Bhagavatam. What is Bhagavatam? Bhagavatam was originally spoken by Lord Narayana unto Brahma in 4 verses. Later on, Brahma elaborated and presented to Narada Muni. He told Narada Muni to elaborate further and speak to everyone. And that Bhagavatam recently came to my father. My father compiled it and he taught me. And I will answer all your questions speaking the same Bhagavatam. And that Bhagavatam contains 10 principal topics or characteristics, whatever we can say. Atra sarga visargascha sthanam poshanamutya manvantareshanukata nirodho muktirashraya. Dashamasya vishuddhartam navana mihalakshanam varnayanti mahatmana shrutena artena anjasa. The great souls like Maitreya and Vidura discuss these 9 topics in order to help us understand the importance of the 10th topic, that is Ashraya, through the medium of stories, so that all of us can easily understand. So now, taking the reference of the conversation that took place between Maitreya and Vidura, Sukadeva Goswami relating Sarga, Visarga. Now, these 2 are over. Now, Sthanam is being discussed. So Sthanam is defined as Stitir Vaikunta Vijaya. In comparison to Brahma's creation and Lord Shiva's destruction, Lord Vishnu's maintenance is considered to be the most Herculean task and the most important, and it is the most important task also. That's why it is said Stitir Vaikunta Vijaya. It is the victory of Lord Vaikunta to maintain the entire universe in that sense. So basically, in order to explain the maintenance of this entire universe, there is a discussion about the geography of the entire universe. So what this universe is all about, what are the measurements, what are the places, etc., is briefly presented. So as a result of that, we try to understand about the universe a little bit. So basically, our universe is consisting of 14 lokas. Yes? Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Svargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala. So upper 4 lokas, they don't need any maintenance. Only Rishis are staying in the 4 lokas, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, all the Rishis are staying. They are always in Yoga Mudra. For a person in yoga asanas, you will close the eyes now and you will open the eyes after 1 year. What maintenance you will do for them? And the lower 7 planetary systems where asuras are residing, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, etc., they will not accept anybody else's supervision upon them. So the maintenance is only happening in a full-fledged, in full swing, in 3 lokas: Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, and Sargaloka. So these 3 lokas are elaborately discussed in the Bhagavatam. Remaining are all just touched here and there. That is the overall point. The maintenance of the Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, and Sargaloka, who are situated there with certain rules and regulations. That is the main topic of this entire section. So now, Bhagavatam is a scripture which is talking about Bhakti and Bhagavan, and that too it is being spoken to Parikshit Maharaj, who is about to die in 7 days. What was the need for discussing universe, the structure of the universe? One may have that question. And many times all of us, while reading Bhagavatam also, we may think that, hey, these are all not required, they are all mundane subject matters. Just skip it. Enter into 6th canto, the glories of holy name, Ajamil pastime. Like that one may skip it, just like that also. But it also has some importance. The entire discussion comes because Parikshit Maharaj himself asked some question. He says at the beginning of the 16th chapter, in Bhumandala, 7 oceans were created by the 7 ditches made by Priyavata's chariot wheel, from which 7 islands appeared. I desire to know all about the oceans and islands with their measurements and qualities. Why Parikshit Maharaj is asking about this? And he is also telling something. Priyavata's chariot wheel created 7 ditches. As a result of that, 7 oceans were created. As a result of that, 7 dvipas were manifested. Something happened. About this, Parikshit Maharaj hears in the 1st chapter. He did not raise the hand immediately. He waited. Let Priyavata's discussion over. Priyavrata, Agnidra, Rishabdev, Priyavrata, Agnidra, Nabi, Rishabdev, Bharat Maharaj, and then few more discussion. After that, is entire thing is over. When Sukadeva Goswami gave a pass, then immediately asked the question. Please tell about these places in detail. You have briefly mentioned. I would like to know about all these things elaborately. Then somebody may say, why? आपको तो ये सुनने का जरूरत नहीं, आप तो मरने वाला है अभी. Why you want to know all these things? Then Parikshit Maharaj intentionally says that whatever we hear, we focus upon that. Generally, whatever we hear, most of the times, our mind always contemplates upon those subject matters. So that's why he says, the mind fixed on Lord's gross form can absorb itself in the Brahman, Bhagavan, Vasudeva, the light of the soul, who is beyond matter. Therefore, you should explain the structure of the universe. So the structure of the universe has got multi benefits. For the yogis who are sitting in the assembly, it is the universal form upon which they want to meditate. For some yogis, this universe is maintained by the Paramatma. So they can contemplate upon Paramatma. For devotees, this is the wonderful activity of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They can contemplate upon the wonderful activities of the Supreme Lord. As we study in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, text number 9. Janma karma cha me divyam tatvataha taktva deha punarjanma naiti mummeti. So Arjuna, this is divya karma of the Supreme Lord. So why not devotees does not want to listen? Obviously they want to listen. Whatever activities the Lord performs, devotee eagerly hears. So this is one of the divya karma of the Supreme Lord. So a devotee eagerly hears. So it is beneficial for everyone. So Parikshit Maharaj is asking for the benefit of the entire assembly. In the assembly, there may be devotees, there may be yogis, there may be jnanis, there may be karmis also. This subject matter is beneficial for everyone. Please speak. So that was the intention with which he asked. So in the very beginning, Sukadeva Goswami also gives a disclaimer. Oh my dear Parikshit, the Lord is unlimited. Lord's energies are unlimited. Lord's expansions are unlimited. It is very difficult to describe everything in detail. Even if a person has a lifespan of Brahma, still one cannot describe everything. But given the limitation of time, I will try to discuss the most important aspects of the universe, just briefly touching upon them. So that was the disclaimer given by Srila Sukadeva Goswami. So Bhagavatam only touches about the important aspects of the universe. And if somebody want to know more details, you can read Vayu Purana, Vishnu Purana. Vayu Purana, Vishnu Purana goes into greater details of the entire universe. Bhagavatam only touches upon the important aspects. Is okay everything? Anything, Guruji? Okay. So, why Sukadeva Goswami is discussing this entire structure of the universe? While discussing this, he actually talks about what is the principal engagement of the people at different parts of the universe. Everyone is engaged in bhakti only. So if everyone all over the universe is engaging in bhakti, what are you doing? You should also do bhakti. So like that. And it is an overview of the different geographical locations. The intention is to increase our appreciation of Supreme Lord. We generally say, God is great. But if we read 3rd canto, 5th canto, we really understand how God is great, how much God is great. It won't remain a theoretical subject. It becomes a realized subject matter. So then, even canto 5 is also a topic in relation to Supreme Lord. It is no more a mundane topic. So all devotees should eagerly hear, try to make an attempt to understand. So that is the intention. So there is a small video. I think voice is not coming. Coming? Where is the voice?
The night sky, the dark blanket above our heads adorned with shining stars, extending as far as the eye can see. The beauty and the majesty of the universe have inspired awe and reverence in the best brains throughout history. Many millennia ago, an advanced civilization revealed the mystery of the origin and nature of the cosmos. The universe is made up of 14 vertically arranged planetary systems, or lokas. In the center of Jambudvip stands the most extraordinary divine golden mountain, Meru. The sun evaporates water from all over the creation and uses it as fuel. The Vedic literatures answer the question whether the cosmos always existed or it had a beginning. On the ocean, Vishnu expansion reclined on a serpent bed. From his navel arose a lotus on which Brahma was born. The super-intelligent being, Vishnu, reclining in mystic slumber amid the causal ocean. When he exhales, millions of universes issue from his body and expand, until he inhales when all the universes return within him.
So, out of millions of universes, all of us are residing in one universe. So, Bhagavatam talks about that universe in which all of us are staying, consisting of 14 lokas. Here you can see, I hope you can read also. Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, like that. Atala, Vitala, like 14 lokas. Bhagavatam compares our universe to a lotus coming out of water. So here, this is the universal shell, and this leaf is compared to the Bhumandala, and the remaining lokas are part of the stem and the flower, and beneath the leaf we have the entire Garbhodaka ocean. As all of you have read second and third cantos, when Garbhodakshaya Vishnu enters into each and every Brahmanda, he creates water from his transcendental body. That water occupies the 50% of the universe. The lower half of the universe is occupied by that water. And the Lord goes inside that water in order to take rest. Then from his navel comes the beautiful lotus. And that lotus contains three parts. The leaf, stem, and the flower. Then the same Garbhodakshaya Vishnu expands himself as Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, enters into this lotus at the Paramatma of the lotus. As soon as he enters into this lotus, there appears Brahma on top of the lotus flower. Then Brahma performs tapasya to understand who am I, where am I, what is the source of this lotus flower, who is the source of me, etc. etc. Eventually he had darshan of Lord Vishnu. He offers wonderful prayers, and being empowered by the Supreme Lord, in order to manifest how was the universe yesterday, he understands what to do. Then he divides the lotus into three parts. Because there are three modes: Sattvaguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. So in order to make three different places for three category of people in three different modes, he created three. Then he realized there could be combination of modes also. We cannot distinguish clearly that this person always in Sattvaguna only. There could be combination of Sattva Rajas, Rajas Tamas, Sattva Tamas also. So then he divided the three divisions into 14 divisions. So that different people of different categories with the different modes combination can stay in different locations. He made into 14 lokas. The upper surface of the lotus leaf is called as Bhuloka or Mahitala or Bhumandala. From the stem appeared Bhuvarloka and Swargaloka. From the flower appeared Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. And within the lotus leaf, it's for example, this is the lotus leaf. Okay? Inside this, the 7 lokas are appeared. They are like underground tunnels inside the Bhumandala. So they are Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, and Patala. They are all located inside the Bhumandala, like 7 tunnels. All of you are familiar. Bombay to Pune, so many tunnels are there. So like that. So now, starting from chapter 16 to 20, Bhagavatam only talks about Bhuloka, Bhumandala. Later on, 21-26 talks about the remaining 13 planetary systems. So we'll be spending most of our time in discussing Bhumandala. Then last 2 days, we will discuss about the remaining 13 planetary systems. So that will be our upcoming discussion. So how many of you are from engineering background? Everyone. So in the first year of engineering, we have engineering drawing. So all of you know, no need to explain. This is isometric projection. Here front view, side view, and top view. So like that, so our universe is also a 3D structure. This is the isometric view if you take. This is the top view. As you see it from the top, what do you see? The lotus leaf. The green lotus leaf is spread everywhere. In the middle, lotus flower is there, which is on the top. And the front view or right hand side to left hand side view, anywhere you see, it will be like this. There is the Garbhodaka ocean, just above Garbhodaka ocean we have lotus leaf, then stem and flower. This is the structure of our universe. For now, in order to discuss Bhumandala, we will be seeing from the top of the universe. So we will always see a circular disc. In the disc there are so many divisions, subdivisions, that is all description of Bhumandala. Later on 21 onwards, we will see the front view of the universe. So till chapter 20 we only see top view of the universe because we are discussing Bhumandala. This upper surface of this lotus leaf is Bhumandala. So this circular disc, that is what we are going to discuss now. Our discussion is like making like a rangoli. Very first slide you see and don't come to any conclusion. You need to wait till the end. Only at the end you have a complete picture. So you are slowly developing, adding one upon the other. So like this, you take a board, start putting some dots, connecting them with the lines, making circles, rhombuses, rectangles, etc. And then eventually filling them with different colors. Okay? And finally, you get the beautiful looking rangoli. Then you will get a complete picture of the entire universe. So you need to be patient till the end. What we are discussing, don't miss any connection. So try to keep track of what we are discussing. So finally you get to know what we are discussing. So this is the structure of this part of the presentation. We'll briefly touching from chapter 1, then briefly taking some points here and there from 1 to 15. Then 16 to 19 talks about Jambudvipa. Chapter 20 talks about the remaining 6 dvipas of the Bhumandala. There are total 7 dvipas in the Bhumandala. Jambudvipa is discussed elaborately. The remaining 6 are discussed in one chapter. So like that. This will be the structure of the first part. So before getting into our discussion, we will be referring to some Sanskrit terms regularly. One is Dvipa. Normally in our school studies, Dvipa means island. Island means a tract of land containing water on all sides. But according to scriptures, it is not. Dvi Apa. Apa means Bhumirapo Nalo Vayu. Dvi means a tract of land that contains water on both the sides is called Dvipa. Not all over. There is a difference. It can be all over also, but even two sides also water is there, that is called Dvipa. So like that you can take. And second, earth by its constitutional position is nothing but combination of unlimited dust particles. Can the two dust particles stay together always? But how can they stay together? By adding some water to it. And that too not once. You need to keep on adding the water. In summer, if you leave a mud block there, by hot sun, the water content will evaporate and the mud block becomes sand eventually. That is the reason the set of dust particles which are constantly fed with water from both the sides is called Dvipa. That's why on the surface of the Bhumandala, the water content is more than the land content. Because you need to provide continuously water. The moment you stop giving water, it becomes desert. Then it also becomes daldal. You understand daldal? Can any one of us stay on the daldal? Can we construct our home, building, temple, roads? Can we walk? Can we travel? Can we drive any vehicle? That is what will happen. That's why Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Gam avishya bhutani dharayami ahamojasa. Having entered into the earth, I retain the earth together as one mass, a body, so that people can reside on top of it, construct homes, construct schools, colleges, temples, roads, and travel here and there everywhere. That is the way. That's why it is called Dvipa. In one sense, the entire Bhumandala itself is one Dvipa. because it is constantly fed water on both the sides. ऊपर से, नीचे से, right से, left से, आगे से, पीछे से. So the entire Bhumandal is also called as Dvipa. The day water is not there, the day it will become Daldal. Then, just like the land between two water bodies is called Dvipa, similarly a land between two mountains is called as Varsha. And since the Bhumandala is very big, the measurements are given in Bhagavatam are in terms of million yojanas. And one yojana is equal to 8 miles or 13 kilometers approximately. The closest round figure is 8 miles or 13 kilometers. So whenever we say so and so number of yojanas, so and so number of million yojanas, you can multiply with 13. You can get the number in kilometers, which is familiar to us. So like that. So these are the some basic terms which we'll be using. Kindly remember all of them. So now let's begin with chapter 1. From Canto 5. So before beginning, any questions? Devotees online, any questions? Here one devotee is having question. Quick.
Line Bhuloka different, same?
Wait. You will discuss. We have just come now. As of now, Bhumandala is nothing but the upper surface of the lotus leaf. And Bhumandala, Bhuloka, Mahitala, they are all same. There are synonyms of the same entity. Okay? We say na Bhuloka, Borloka. Bhuloka means Bhumandala. Inside the leaf. They are like the tunnels. So like this is the entire Bhumandala. So here is one loka, 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 here is one loka. There are like 7 tunnels inside the Bhumandala. They are not like free floating outside. They are all underground homes. It's like that. Okay. If there are no more questions, we'll move on. How Privrat Maharaj divided the Bhumandala into 7 Dvipas by creating 7 oceans. This was mentioned in the first chapter. Here, we try to understand some of the points like this. There are oceans made up of milk, ghee, curd also. Is sun is moving or stationary? This point also we try to understand. Okay, these are all some old stories. If you have remembered in the 3rd canto, Swayambhu Manu had 2 sons and 3 daughters. Both the sons were sent to Gurukul. Education is over. One said, I am staying back. The eldest Priyavrata said, I am staying back, continuing as a monk, brahmachari. Other one came home, got married, ruled, then his son ruled, then his son ruled, then his son ruled, like that. Ultimately, Prachina Bari was ruling. When Prachina Bari was ruling, on the other side, Daksha Prajapati conducting a great sacrifice for which all the devatas are invited, including Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva came. Somehow when Daksha entered into the arena, Lord Shiva did not get up. Daksha became offended. How can you not get up? When I am coming, everyone got up. How dare you not get up? I curse you, so and so. So hearing that, Nandi cursed. Hearing that, Bhrigu cursed. So much here and there happened. Lord Shiva went home. Again Daksha performed one more yajna. He did not invite Shiva. Sati said, no, I want to go home. Shiva told, no, you don't go. If you go, they will not receive you. She said, no problem. I will go. So she went. No one received her. Of course, no one means Daksha did not receive her. Sati became offended. She burnt herself. Lord Shiva became angry, created Virabhadra, who came and destroyed Daksha and Daksha Yajna. And news went to Brahma. Brahma came to Shiva. He pacified Shiva saying that Daksha is a childish person. Forgive him. The yajna is being performed for the benefit of the entire universe. Please, rejuvenate the yajna, let it complete. It is for the benefit of the entire universe. Don't stop that yajna. So then Lord Shiva came. The goat which is supposed to be offered in the yajna is still lying there. They cut the neck of the goat head joined to the body of Daksha. Because Virabhadra cuts the head of Daksha, puts into the fire. It was burnt to ashes already. So now Daksha got goat head. Yajna completed. Everyone is happy. Daksha except Daksha. How can he be happy? Till now you are the most beautiful person, the most wealthiest, most beautiful, most knowledgeable person. Now you are the goat head. So he was not happy. He stayed inside the close quarters and he did not eat, drink. In due course of time he died. Then, in the other side, Prachinabari had 10 sons. They married to Suma's daughter. Naam to rahega na. Marisha. So 10 Prachetas married Marisha. And Marisha gave birth to one son. That is Daksha. Daksha again appeared. So Daksha was born. Daksha is becoming youth. The Prachetas told, my dear son, become the king, take care of your mother, we are going to forest by becoming Vanaprasthas. So they went. They not even got him married, they not even coronated him. They just like that they went. Daksha was thinking, why should I become king? I was the son of Brahma, I was the greatest of all Prajapatis. Why I am landed here? I want to become the old Prajapati. Parents went this side, parents, fathers went this side. Daksha went this side. He does not want to become the king. I will perform tapasya, I will become the old Prajapati. Now there was no one to rule the Bhumandala. By then, half of the Swayambhu Manvantara completed. Starting from Swayambhu Manu, Uttanapada, Dhruva, Prutu, all this Anga, Vena, Prutu, and Prachinabarihi, Prachetas, half the Manvantara is completed. 36 Chaturiyas. Till then, Prutu was, the Priyavarta was in Gurukula, studying. Then Swayambhu Manu came. My dear son, please come home and become king. Priyavarta said, no, I am not coming. Brahma came from Satyaloka. Brahma said, my dear son, this is Lord's desire. Please do the needful. Then he said, okay, no problem, I'll come. I am coming home. He came home, got married, begot children, ruled the kingdom. But while ruling, he was not happy with something. What is that? I'll tell later. Next slide. But he ruled for 11 Arbuda years, which is about 25 Divya Yugas. He already stayed in the Gurukula for 36 Divya Yugas. When he came home, he not ruled for 5 years. He ruled for 11 Arbuda years, which is 25 Chaturyugas. That was his caliber. And that person did something, so no one should have doubt. He can do. He is such a person. What did he do? He divided the Bhumandala into 7 Dvipas and created 7 oceans. Why he did 7? Many times many devotees asked 7, why 7? I wrote there. Huh? Okay. Of course he had many sons. He had 13 sons, out of which 3 are in the ashram only, and 3 more they wanted to become the future kings. They also went to perform tapasya. Only 7 were at home. So property to divide karna padega. So it divided into 7 parts. So that is the reason. So what was the problem? What did he do? So he was ruling over the entire Bhumandala. Here is the entire Bhumandala. Kindly remember, we are looking from the top of the universe. This is our entire universe. The lower half is Garbhodaka ocean. Just above the Garbhodaka ocean we have the lotus leaf. And you are on the top of the universe and looking downward. The leaf is like a circular disc. In the middle of the disc we have Mount Meru. Keeping Mount Meru in the center, the sun continuously revolves around. As sun is revolving around, at every point of time, half the Bhumandala is bright, the remaining half is dark. As a result of that, every place they are having 12 hours of daytime, 12 hours of night time. And Priyavrata was such a person who was living in the ashram for half the Manvantara time period. When he came to the city, he was seeing people are sleeping for half the day, simply wasting time. So he does not want people to sleep. He wanted to create day where it is night. So that 24 by 7 it is all day only. So that people can practice bhakti 24 by 7 and come back to Godhead. Something like that. So, in order to create daytime where it is night, he himself expanded as the second sun. Just like sun is traveling in his own chariot, driven by 7 horses, controlled by Aruna, like that Priyavrata also created one more chariot. He was traveling in that chariot, say the same speed as that of sun. As sun is traveling on the other side, he is in this side. Like that both of them are traveling exactly at same speed. Like that, at one place only, he traveled for 27 days. Or 26 days. 26 days, not 27. His chariot has only one wheel. Because that wheel is traveling at one place continuously for 26 days, it created a strong impression. Eventually that became like a ditch. Then Priyavrata wanted to go little away. He was traveling very close to Mount Meru. He wanted to go little away. But while going little away, he thought that the capital where he was ruling, the place is known as Brahmavarta. When he was here, he was seen by people maybe this size. When he is going away, he will become small. Just like you see a flight in the airport, a huge body. When the same flight goes into the sky, it becomes like a small bird. So Priyavrata does not want to become like that. So when he went out, he himself expanded into double the previous size. So since Priyavrata expanded into double the previous size, his chariot also expanded. His chariot wheel also expanded. The impression created this time by the chariot wheel is twice to the size of the previous impression. Okay? Because he wanted to be seen by the people in his capital city of the same size, he expanded. So by the way, the capital which was known at that time as Brahmavarta, today it is known as Bittur, a small town nearby Kanpur, on the bank of Ganga. Even the same place it also happens to be the place of Valmiki Muni, where he used to reside. And that is where Mother Sita was left by Lakshmana, and she was taken care by Valmiki Muni for 11.5 years, during which Lava and Kusha were born and they were taught Ramayana and all these things happened. Even today also if you go there, you can see all these monumental places. So in that way. So then Priyavrata travelled here another 26 days. Then he thought for a while, he went outside, expanding himself into twice to the previous size. Then travelled there for another 26 days, creating a bigger impression, which is twice to the previous impression. Then again he went out, travelled there for another 26 days, becoming double to the previous size. As a result of that, created an impression which is twice to the previous impression. Then again he went out, travelled there for another 26 days, creating another impression which is twice to the previous impression. So like that, he travelled for 7 times, gradually going out. Almost he came to the outer edge of the Bhumandala. So like that, he created 7 impressions. So how many days might have completed till now? In every circle he was travelling for 26 days. So in 7 circles he travelled. How many days? 182, which is half year. So he started his journey on Karka Sankranti. And all the way up to Makar Sankranti, he was gradually travelling outward. And from day after Makar Sankranti, he started coming inward, travelling in each circle for another 26 days. So like that, 6 months he was going out, 6 months he was coming in. Going out, coming in. How long he travelled like that? as long as he was ruling. Actually, he himself expanded to two forms. One form was in the capital city ruling over the kingdom. One form is like the sun continuously revolving. As a result of that such a long time travel, the impression was becoming deeper, 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 deeper. Eventually, by the will of the providence, the impressions were filled with different variety of waters, and they became known as oceans. And in between land portions became known as Dvipa. Why Dvipa? This is a circular land which has got water inside and also water outside. Water on both the sides. Dvi-apa. That's why it is Dvipa. So he manifested 7 Dvipas from the one Bhumandala by creating 7 oceans. And the kind of oceans, kind of names for the Dvipas are all shown here. The sweet drinking water ocean, Pushkara Dvipa, emulsified yogurt, matlab buttermilk, Shaka Dvipa. Then milk ocean, Krauncha Dvipa, clarified butter ocean, that means ghee, Kusha Dvipa, and then liquor ocean and Salmali Dvipa. By the way, this milk ocean is there in the 5th ocean. It is here the Devatas and Asuras churned the milk ocean. The churning took place in this milk ocean. It is here they got Alahal initially and then finally they got Amruta. That entire thing happened in this. And then as you go downward, Salmali Dvipa, sugarcane juice, Plaksha Dvipa, saltwater ocean, Jammu Dvipa. Like this, the 7 Dvipas surrounded by 7 oceans manifested. And they are given to 7 sons of Prevrata, who came home after completing their Gurukula education and who wanted to become the rulers. The eldest son, Agnidra, was given the innermost island, Jambudvipa. So like that, as they are becoming younger and younger, they were given outer and outer Dvipas. This is how the land has been divided into 7 parts and given to 7 sons. Their respective dimensions are also given. The Jambudvipa's width is X times, the saltwater ocean also same width. The second ocean and second Dvipa are 2 times. The third one are 4 times. The fourth one are the 8 times. The fifth one are the 16 times. Then 32 times. Then 64 times. Like that they are gradually increasing in size. So this is how Prevrata has divided the Bhumandala into 7 Dvipas. And the same information is given in various scriptures. Just for reference, I put it. Prabhupada quotes in Chaitanya Charitamrita, I put it. Siddhanta Shiromani also talks about the 7 Dvipas surrounded by 7 oceans. At the end of this chapter, there is a brief mention. Why did Prevrata do these divisions? The reason is, when property has been divided among the brothers, there is always conflict. You got more, you got less, you got more, you got less. Karke. So he had created natural boundaries so that the people from this place, they cannot go to this place, so that they will live happily. If there is a chance of going here and there is always fight. Aapko acha wala mila, mujhe bura wala mila, something like that. So this is one of the reason he created the natural boundaries among these different divisions. So here you can see the family tree of the Prevrata. He had 2 wives. Through one wife he begot 3 sons, Uttama, Tamasa, Raivata. They became 3 Manus in the future time period. But through the first wife, who got 10 sons and 1 daughter was married to Shukracharya. Out of 10 sons, 3 remained in the Gurukul, 7 came home and they were given the 7 islands of Bhumandala. So it's like fair division of the entire property. That is from the first chapter and the intermediate chapters up to 15. Now, chapter 16 to 19 talks about Jambudvipa, which was given to Agnidra, the eldest son of Prevrata. So, chapter 16 talks about Jambudvipa and its subdivisions, divisions, etc. So here, the very beginning, there is a verse which talks about Yova ayam dvipaha kuvalaya kamala koshabhyantara kosho niyuta yojana vishalaha samavartulo yata Pushkara Patram. The entire Bhumandala is like a Pushkara Patram. Within that Bhumandala, even Jambudvipa is also like a Pushkara Patram, which is surrounded by remaining 6 dvipas and also 7 oceans. The entire Bhumandala looks like a lotus flower, like this, consisting of different petals arranged in different rows. So like that. So among them, the innermost dvipa is Jambudvipa, whose width is Niyuta Yojana Vishala. That means 100,000 yojanas. The width or diameter of Jambudvipa is 100,000 yojanas. How many kilometers? 1,300,000 kilometers. So 1.3 million kilometers. 13 lakhs. Yeah. That is the size of the Jambudvipa. So Jambudvipa itself is 100,000 yojanas. If you use that number, it's a diameter. If you use that number and put into this formula, so you already put it. So 1 lakh, 0.1 million yojanas or 1 lakh yojanas, which we put in this formula, the total radius of the outermost ocean, the 7th ocean, which was pure drinking water, that is 25.35 million yojanas. And the overall diameter of the 7 dvipa, 7 oceans is 50.7 million yojanas. So we are talking about a Bhumandala which has got this much size. We are not talking about a place which is about 10 kilometers, 100 kilometers. We are talking about 50.7 million yojanas. So that bigger is the size with which we are dealing with. So kindly remember that. So within that, Jambudvipa itself is 1 lakh yojanas. So these are all different pictures. So now, if this entire thing is the Bhumandala, this is Jambudvipa, which is compared to the oral of the lotus. In that Jambudvipa, there is Mount Meru, which is compared to the pericarp of the lotus. So within that Jambudvipa, there are 9 divisions which are known as 9 varshas. Each division is about 9,000 yojanas. Among the 9 divisions, the intermediate division is known as Ilavrita Varsha. In the middle of the Ilavrita Varsha, there is Mount Meru. That's how, in one shloka, Sukadeva Goswami gives the complete description of Jambudvipa. So let us see pictorially how does it look like. This is the entire Jambudvipa. So just now we saw, this is the entire Bhumandala. In this Bhumandala, this is Jambudvipa. In this Jambudvipa, we have Mount Meru. Mount Meru is exactly in the middle. But any mountain does not just stand on the surface of the earth. Some part of the mountain definitely go inside the earth. So I just shown the upper surface of the Jambudvipa. There is some thickness of Jambudvipa also. That thickness I have not shown. Here only upper surface I have shown. With respect to the surface of the Jambudvipa, on the upper side, the height of the mountain is 84,000. Inside the Bhumandala, the mountain goes to a depth of 16,000. And normally the mountains are like this. At the base they are wide, on top they become like a single point. But this mountain is like this. At the base it is 16,000 yojanas, circular diameter. On top it has a circle diameter of 32,000 yojanas. Here the diameter is 32,000 yojanas. Here the diameter is 16,000 yojanas. This is how the Meru is situated in the Jambudvipa. And surrounding this Meru, on different directions, there are different mountains which are dividing the Jambudvipa into different varshas. On the northern side of Mount Meru, it is said that there are 3 mountains which are dividing the Jambudvipa into 3 varshas. Ramyaka Varsha, Hiranmaya Varsha, Kuru Varsha. And the mountains are Neela, Shweta, Shringavan. Just remember, the width of the mountain is 2,000 yojanas. How many kilometers? 2,000 yojanas means how many kilometers? 26,000. Kashmir to Kanyakumari, it is about 3000 kilometers. But we are talking about a mountain whose width itself is 26,000 kilometers. So 3000, 26,000, how much it is? Almost 9 times bigger than Kashmir to Kanyakumari. And height of the mountain is 10,000 yojanas. Means 1,30,000 kilometers. What is the maximum height of all the mountains that are there in our earth globe? Everest, Mount Everest, which is about, sorry, 8.8 kilometers, 9 kilometers approximately. It is not even 1 yojana. Not even 1 yojana. We are only familiar with a mountain which is not even 1 yojana in height. But Bhagavatam talking about a mountain whose height is 10,000 yojanas and the Mount Meru's height is 84,000 yojanas. Any outside person, when they hear such kind of numbers, they will simply say, of course, at the end they will say mythological. For the first they will say that, मैं पागल दिख रहा है क्या आपको? क्या बोल रहे? बोलने के पहले सोच के बोलो. This would be the normal response of any person in this world. But Bhagavatam is talking about big numbers. Same way, on the southern side also there are 3 mountains and there are 3 Varshas. Hari Varsha, Kimpurusha Varsha, Bharata Varsha. The mountains were Nishada, Hemakuta, Himalaya. And also 2 more mountains, Gandhamadana, Malevan, and 3 more Varshas. Ketumala, Bhadrashva, and Ilavrta. In the middle of Ilavrta we have Mount Meru. Yeah, this is Ilavrta Varsha, this is Mount Meru. M stands for Mount Meru. These are the divisions of Jambudvipa. 9 Varshas and 9 mountains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 Varshas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 mountains and 9 Varshas. Agnidra had 9 sons. He gave the 9 parts to 9 sons. Simple. Jitna putra hai, utna vivajan. Property division. Without any issue. The eldest son was given. Where is Bharata Varsha? Okay. This one. The eldest son was given this one. Actually, it was not supposed to be called as Bharata Varsha. This entire Jambudvipa was given to Agnidra. Agnidra's eldest son was named as Nabi. So actually what did he do? Whichever land given to whichever son, he named that land with the name of the son. So like that the first land was given to Nabi. It was known at that time as Nabi Varsha. So like that. And other sons' names did not change. Kimpurusha Varsha, Hari Varsha, that is the name of the son. Kimpurusha, Hari, Ketumala, Ilavrta, Bhadrashva, they are the names of the sons. So in that way. We'll take questions after some time. You can note down somewhere. Maybe a few minutes later we'll take. We'll just discuss this Jambudvipa, then we'll take questions. So now, from the beginning we were discussing since morning. This is our entire universe, the 3D structure of the universe. The lower half is filled with Garbhodaka ocean. Just above the water we have Bhumandala, the lotus leaf, and the lotus stem and the lotus flower, everything is there. And we are discussing what is there on the top of the lotus leaf, which we are calling as Bhumandala. We are looking from the top. There are 7 circular rings, which are known as 7 Dvipas. In between there are 7 oceans. The intermediate ring is known as Jambudvipa. In that Jambudvipa we have Mount Meru and all these things, etc. Now, but when Sukadeva Goswami is discussing these divisions on Jambudvipa, he is taking the reference of Mount Meru and he says, on the north side of Mount Meru we have Neela, Shweta, Shringavan. On the south side we have Nishada, Yamakuta, Himavan. In the east we have Malaya, Gandhamadana. In the west we have Malevan. Like that he was telling. The mountains and also the Varshas, etc. But how do we understand that east, west, north, south? How does our Sukadeva Goswami discussing about them? This is our overall universe. For the overall universe, the direction in which Garbhodaka ocean is there, that is said to be true south. The direction in which the lotus flower is there, that is said to be true north. Basically, simple to remember, the direction in which Dhruvaloka is there or Dhruva Tara is there, that is true north. Dhruva Tara is here in the universe. It is the uppermost part of the Sargaloka. Above Dhruvaloka we have Maharaloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, etc. So the where my cursor, that is where Dhruva Tara is there. That direction is called as true north. Now, in Jambudvipa we have in Bhumandala we have 7 Dvipas. The innermost one is known as Jambudvipa. And just above the Bhumandala, sun is traveling like this, we have seen. Because sun is traveling, Priyavrata is also traveling. As a result of that, the chariot wheel touching the Bhumandala, it created an impression, became ditch, it became ocean, etc. was there. So now, Sukadeva Goswami is discussing Bhagavatam with whom? Where is Shukatal? No, that is not the proper reference. Shukatal is located on the bank of Ganga. Ganga is the correct reference for, okay? And that Ganga is flowing in Bharatavarsha. So next reference is Bharatavarsha. So with respect to Bharatavarsha, with respect to area known as Shukatal on the bank of Ganga, Sukadeva Goswami is discussing Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj. So from that point, being that point as a reference point, he is telling about the directions. Normally we east, when we say east means what? The direction in which sun is rising is called east. For us, we are in Pune, for us east is, this is east, okay? And this is west, okay? For the people who are in America, which is east for them? In the evening 6 p.m. sun is setting here. That is the time America will be seeing sun. For America, this becomes east and this becomes west. Our east, their west. Our west, their east. This east-west are place specific. Your east is different, their east is different, somebody else's east is different. They keep changing with respect to place. But north and south does not change. The north is north for everyone. There is no change in that north. That's why it is called as true north. True north means it is north for everyone in the entire universe. Not only Bhumandala, not only India, America. It is a true north for Bhuloka, Bhurloka, Sargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, Atala, Vitasala. For everyone it is north only. It will not change. So like that. So if this is east for Shukatal, this will be west for Shukatal. And then Sukadeva Goswami says, this side as south and that side as north. How does he take the reference? The direction in which the midday sun is situated, that Sukadeva Goswami is calling it as south. The midnight direction is called as north. Okay? Now, in this room, in Pune, this is east, this is west, this is, you should not say this. Where do you see Dhruva? Dhruva Tara. Do we have the habit of seeing Dhruva Tara anytime? Or always busy seeing Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam only? We have lost track of Dhruva Tara. In which direction Dhruva Tara is seen? Forget about north. Now tell me, just pinpoint your index finger. In which direction you get to see Dhruva? That side? Please, all of you go to GV, stay there for 1 week and see Dhruva Tara and come back. Anyway, Pune you can't see it. Because every night there is a lot of light and all. You will be busy with preaching programs and all. You should go on vacation to either GV or to your hometown. If anybody is from village, you please go to your village. Now may not be right time. Rainy season you can't see. In summer you get to see. Dhruva, Tara will be able to see in the northern direction at a height of 19 degrees. At a height of approximately 19 degrees, another to 19 degrees. That is where we see. That direction is actually true north. But for our practical day-to-day dealings, we say this is north. Even though 19 degrees lower, still we say it is north. So this is north and this is south. This is east, this is west. But what do you call this side? And what do you call this side? So sun is rising here in the morning. Where do you see sun in the midday? This side. Sukadeva Goswami calling this side as south. You see Prabhu here, direction of midday sun. The direction in which you see midday sun, whether you see or Shukatal, whatever midday sun of yours and Shukatal both are same, almost same only, na? There won't be much difference. But if you go to South Pole or North Pole, it will be different. But Shukatal ke liye, hamara ke liye different nahi hoga. It is almost same. So this side, Sukadeva Goswami calling this side as south, and midnight direction is calling as north. So like that is describing. Think about it. Tonight you think about it. How it is north and south and true north, true south and east, west and all. So the same point again we will discuss tomorrow. Don't worry. I will explain how it is low. So like that. After some time it becomes clear. But for now, not much is enough. That's why he says, this side Bhadrasha Varsha is that is in the east side, Ketumal in the west side, and Harivarsha, Kimpurusha and Bharata are in the south side, Rammeka, Hiranmaya and Uttarakuru are in the north side, and Ilavruta in the middle. Like that he describes. So here is our Jambudipa picture. This is entire Jambudipa, in the middle Mount Meru, surrounded by saltwater ocean, surrounded by Lakshadweepa. In Jambudipa, we have 9 mountains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, little better picture. You see, 9 mountains, including Mount Meru, total 9 mountains are there. Vaipurana, in a verse, describe the picture of Jambudipa. Dhanurva samsite gneye dve varshe dakshinottare. In the north and south there are 2 varshas which appear to be like a bow. This is bow shaped or not? These 2 varshas are bow shaped. Dirghani tatra chatvari. 4 varshas are long. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chaturasram Ilavrutam. Ilavruta is square. And other 2 varshas that comes in the next sloka, shaped like bows on end and running horizontally enter the sea. Here it is bow shaped, but it also horizontal goes to the sea. This is the picture of Jambudipa in Vaipurana. Another reference from Siddhanta Shiromani again talks about same thing. 9 kandas are varshas within Jambudipa known as Bharata, Kinnara, Hari, Kuru, Hiranmaya, Rammeka, Ilavruta, Bhadrashva and Ketumala. These are different parts of Jambudipa. A valley between 2 mountains is called as Khanda or Varsha. So like that. Someone can read this. In this purport, Srila Prabhupada says one interesting point. Please read.
There are so many mountains even on this earth. We do not think that the measurement of all of them have actually been calculated. Example, mountains from Mexico to Caracas, we doubt whether their height, length and breadth have been properly measured. Therefore, as indicated in Srimad Bhagavatam by Srila Sukadeva Goswami, we should not try to comprehend the greater mountainous areas of the universe merely by our calculations. Srila Sukadeva Goswami has already stated that such calculations would be very difficult even if one had a duration of life like that of a Brahma. We should simply be satisfied with the statements of authorities like Srila Sukadeva Goswami and appreciate how the entire cosmic manifestation has been made possible by Lord's external energy. The measurement given herein, such as 10,000 or 1 lakh yojanas, should be considered correct because they have been given by Srila Sukadeva Goswami. Our experimental knowledge can neither verify nor disprove the statements of Srimad Bhagavatam. We should simply hear these statements from the authorities. If we can appreciate the extensive energy of Supreme Personality of Godhead, that will benefit us.
This is what Srila Prabhupada writes in relation to the huge mountains, lengthy, high mountains. Just to enhance our faith on the Shastra and also the speaker of the Shastra, here is another reference. All of us know this. Bhishma is speaking to Yudhishthira Maharaj. So who are all there in that assembly? Sages like Parvata, Narada, Daumya, Vasa, Bharadwaja, Bradashva, Parashurama, Vashishta, Indrapramada, Gritasmita, Asita, Kashishvan, Gautama, Atri, Kaushika, Sudarshana, they are all present. And many others like Sukadeva Goswami, Kashyapa, Angirasa, along with their disciples, they are all there in that assembly. And Bhishma spoke over a month to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Everyone was there. Similarly, there was another assembly which happened just after that. In that assembly also all the people were there. Sukadeva Goswami was personally speaking. If in a assembly all these great souls are there, if Sukadeva Goswami makes a mistake of saying something which is not there, does anybody might have stopped na or no? They might have stopped. Hey, how can you speak all these false subject matters? But no one stopped. There is no reference of Bhagavatam or any other Purana that no one stopped the speaker. That means all of them have accepted what the speaker is speaking. Yeah, please read. Of course, okay. In this regard, Srila Madhvacharya quote the following verse from the Brahmanda Purana. Yata Bhagavate Uktam Bhavanam Koshalakshanam Tasya Virodato Yojjam Anne Grantantare Sitam. So, Brahmanda Purana says that whatever has been stated in the Bhagavatam should be accepted as the final authority in relation to the universe. If some other scriptures say something differently, they should be explained in line with Bhagavatam. Because Bhagavatam is ultimate Pramana, Chakravarti Pramana. At the same time, Madhvacharya says that in the Bhagavatam there are 2 corrections. Other than the 2 corrections, remaining all correct. What are the 2 corrections? Brahmanda Purana. It is mentioned by Madhvacharya quotes these verses in relation to cosmology. Mandode Puranam Chaiva Vyatyasam Shirasagare. He says the 5th one is Shirasagara, 6th one is Dahi ocean. These 2 should be interchanged. We can say Kalpa Beda. At least in the current Kalpa, the 5th one is Dahi ocean, the 6th one is Shirasagara. Rahu Soma Ravi Namcha Mandala Dvi Gunoktitam. So the dimensions of Rahu, Soma and Ravi are supposed to be considered as Dvi Gunoktitam. But in the Bhagavatam there is one shloka which says Taraner Mandalam Prataptastad Vistarato Yojanayutam. Tarani Mandalam is Yojanayutam. Ayutam is 10,000. Sun disk has 10,000 yojanas. Then Achakshate Dvadasha Sahasram Somasya. The moon is Dvadasha Sahasram. And then Trayodasha Sahasram Raho. Raho Trayodasha. In our day-to-day vocabulary, Dvadasha means 12. Trayodasha means 13. But Madhvacharya says that Dvadasha means Dvidasha, 20. Trayodasha means 3 dasha, 30. This is the correction required in the Bhagavatam. Other than this, everything should be taken as it is. These 2 corrections should be considered in the Bhagavatam. Vinaiva sarva munneyam yojana bedato atrato. Except these 2, everything should be accepted as it is. This is Jambudvipa with 9 divisions, 9 mountains with different measurements, etc., etc., etc. Hare Krishna. Quickly, we'll take a couple of questions, then we'll open for break. Yes, Prabhu, you have some question? Mic, take the mic. Quick.
Hare Krishna. So like you were telling that this division of mountain has been made so that there should be no quarrel amongst the brothers about the land, and the people from one area could not cross over the other area. This is the one thing you should telling. So is
I
that
have not said, Bhagavatam only saying.
Bhagavatam is telling.
5th canto, 1st chapter is saying that.
Okay. So is the mountain has been created later on when the division was required, when it was understood that I have 9 sons, I have to create like this? Yeah, it was there. How to understand that thing?
So mountain was already there. So mountain accepted as a natural boundary. So like that we can take.
Okay.
For example, one boy asked one intelligent question. IIT Hyderabad, one boy asked, you told 7 sons of Preyavrata have been divided into 7 divisions, but it is not proper. Because Jambudipa is very small one. The next one is Plakshadipa. Its width is twice to the Jambudipa. It is circular one. The overall area, if you see, it becomes more. As you go outer side, the 7th Dipa, the width is very big. For example, the first son is getting 10 acres of land. The last son is getting 1000 acres of land. It is not a proper division.
Right.
How can it be proper? Here also you see, Bharatavarsha is small land. This is bigger, this is much bigger, and this is much bigger. So these 3 people got more land than the other people. It is not a proper division. But suddenly I gave one answer. See, whatever it is. If somebody gets even small portion of land in Mumbai and bigger portion of land
In village.
in the middle of the mountains between Mumbai and Pune, so which is more value? Which is more value? Bombay land is more value. So like that. The capital city Jambudipa, though it is small, but the capital city is in Jambudipa. That's why it is more valuable. Within Jambudipa, Bharatavarsha seems to be very small, but Bharatavarsha is the capital city. The Brahmavarta is in Bharatavarsha. So it is more valued. So like that we have to understand. So the mountains were there, even though the land portion may be small or big, because the mountains are there, oceans are there, accordingly the division is made. So in that way.
Guruji, these oceans that are made on the
By Preyavrata.
these oceans are internally connected to Garbhodak ocean?
No. This is the whole Bhumandala. The oceans are there on the surface only. They are just separating the land portion. They are not going all the way up to. Bhumandala does not touch Garbhodak ocean. Somebody is holding it. Okay.
And Prabhuji, before like these mountains are there, in 5th canto we had, here it is there, the prayers by the in residents of specific varsas, like Hanuman is praying or Lakshmi Devi is praying of each of these varsas. So before like they were divided, still these residents, they were there in that and they used to offer prayers to Lord like that, or after?
See, before that there was only one king. The entire Bhumandala was under one person only. But now that one person, instead of having one son, he is having many number of sons. Now it is a requirement of division. Abhi tak divide karne ka requirement aaya nahi. The entire things were there and the mountains were there, lands were there, but there was no division. It was all under one person's rule. Okay? Here. Mic, take the mic.
I think some place la Prabhupada says that Bharatvarsha was known as Ilavarta Varsha.
That has to be corrected by BBT. Ilavarta Varsha is different, Bharata Varsha is different. Both are different. 3rd canto, in that fight between Varaha and Hiranyaksha, Prabhupada says that has to be corrected by BBT. Both are different. Yes, please.
That mountain,
You speak in the mic.
in that mountain, you have given diameter of 32,000.
On top of
Then
that.
16,000. And what is the base diameter?
Down? You just extend, apply the mathematical formula. You are engineer only. You can get, that may be around 15, because the depth is not so much, now 16,000 only. So it may 16 to it may become 15 or 14, not much
It
less
is
than
not
that.
given.
Huh?
It is not given. Figure is not given.
Not given, not required also. पृथ्वी के नीचे कितना भी हो क्या फायदा क्या पृथ्वी में क्या देख रहे हैं वो important है. So what you are seeing, that is you don't know the dimension. What you are not seeing, whether you know the dimension, don't know, it does not make any difference.
Oh, ये जो क्या नाम, परीक्षित महाराज, वो तो हस्तिनापुर में रहते थे,
हाँ,
तो
yes.
फिर यमुना के उधर,
हाँ,
तो इधर गंगा के उधर क्यों गए फिर?
first canto it is there, he himself. Actually, Hastinapur is not on the bank of Yamuna. Hastinapur is on the bank of Ganga only.
अच्छा,
Huh. Indraprastha is on the bank of Yamuna. Delhi is not Hastinapur. Delhi is Indraprastha. Even today we have a city known as Hastinapur. Hastinapur is different from Delhi. Delhi is Indraprastha. Kindly do not make any mistake. Delhi is not Hastinapur. Hastinapur Ganga तट पे है, गंगा तट पे ही he took Prayopaveresha. That is where Sukadeva Goswami came and spoke Bhagavatam. Yes. Take the mic, take the mic.
Prabhuji, that regarding Madhvacharya mentioning that Bhagavatam is the highest authority for cosmology. So then why corrections are given? It is in some other kalpa, or that correction, two corrections that you mentioned. So what Shukadeva Goswami is mentioning, so that also has to be in one sense authoritative, the corrections which you mentioned. Is
The
it?
second one is grammatical correction. Dvadashi and Trayodashi is very grammatical only, it is there. Generally, when anybody reads, they will say that it is 12, it is 13. But grammatically, in order to fit in the meter, they might have written like that. So, इसमें कुछ problem नहीं. Or milk ocean, dahi ocean, so interchangeability, that milk, dahi in one sense both are same, only both are different also. So, it's okay. Either milk hai, udhar dahi hai, either dahi hai, either milk hai. It does not make much difference. So, but the reason is, in the Vayu Purana, again and again it says that the fifth one is dahi ocean, sixth one is milk ocean. So, Vayudev is the speaker of Vayu Purana. And that Vayudev only came as Madhvacharya. So, thoda rahega na, apna baat. Okay, quickly. There is one question we'll take from online. Yes, Prabhu. Vasudev Krishna Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Is it audible, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu, we are able to hear you. Speak little louder.
Prabhuji, you mentioned that north and south does not change, but east and west change. So I understood, Prabhuji, east and west. I had a question regarding north. If we see, like for someone who is in Swargaloka, then, and above that Maharloka, so Maharloka may consider Swargaloka in the south. But for Bhumandala, Swargaloka may be in the northern direction. So even for them also there is a relativity in terms of northern and southern direction.
Oh no, the direction in which north is there, that will not change, na? Upper side is always north only. If you are here, the entire upper thing is north. If you are here, the entire upper thing is north. The direction of north will not change.
Okay, in the sense of up and down.
Up is north, down is south. That will always remain as it is. That will not change. But these four directions are relative. East, west, upper and north and upper and south are relative to the place where one is. Because Sukadeva Goswami is speaking Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj on the bank of Ganga in Bharatavarsha. With respect to that place, he is telling east is this one, east, west is this one, north is this one. These are upper and north, upper and south, we can say. This is true north and this is true south. So like that we have to distinguish.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Prabhuji, is this Bharat Varsha is our earthly planet?
You don't ask questions. You wait. We are making Rangoli. Just now we have put dots. We are just trying to put some lines. You need to wait till colors are put. So while making Rangoli, you should not ask questions to mother. What are you doing here? Ye kya hone wala, wo kya hone wala, tappad marega. So we'll tell that. Maybe today or tomorrow we'll come to that point. Okay? If there are no questions, we'll quick. Jaldi mic mein.
These directions, Prabhuji. East, west, north, south. You said sun goes in midday. This is north.
The direction in which sun is rising, that is east. The direction in which sun is in the midday, that is south. The direction in which sun is setting, that is west. The direction in which the sun is situated during the midnight, 12 night,
South.
that is
South.
north.
Yeah, midday.
Midnight. 12 midnight is north. As per Sukadeva Goswami, with respect to Shukatal, it is also applicable to Pune also. Pune and Bamba also same thing is applicable.
So
it may not be applicable for America.
So when we are saying pole star is in this direction, 19 degrees above, so that is actually true north. That is actually true north.
That is true north.
Means true north is like this.
Yes. This becomes more clear in tomorrow's class. That time we'll see that. Okay? Okay. We'll take a break and again we'll meet. Already we started half a ghanta late. Okay. We'll meet at 12:50. Okay. So since morning we have been discussing how Priyavrata divided the Bhumandala into 7 dvipas by creating 7 oceans. And then the innermost dvipa known as Jammu Dvipa was given to Agnidra, and eventually the Jammu Dvipa was divided into 9 divisions known as 9 Varshas, and they were given to 9 of his sons, Nabi, Kimpurusha, Hari, Ilavruta, like that. So now, in order to help us understand what kind of opulences that are there in Jammu Dvipa, the opulences of Ilavruta Varsha are described. Exclusively, the Ilavruta Varsha is described. What are the reason we will see later on. Eventually we will talk about that also, but let us focus on Ilavruta Varsha. So within Ilavruta Varsha, surrounding Mount Meru in 4 directions, there are 4 mountains. Their dimensions are, the length is 10,000 yojanas, height is 10,000 yojanas, width is 2,000 yojanas. On top of these 4 trees, there are 4 huge trees are there. On top of these 4 mountains, there are 4 tall trees are there. The tree trunk is 100 yojanas. Please imagine, 100 yojanas means 1,300 kilometers. From Bombay to Vijayawada, it is 1,300. That much is the size of the trunk. And the height of the tree is 1,100 yojanas. And from this trunk, the branches also go to a distance of 1,100 yojanas in all direction. That is tree dimension. And there are such like the 4 trees are there on top of the 4 mountains. And then at the base of these mountains, there are 4 beautiful lakes. On the banks of these lakes, there are 4 beautiful gardens, like that. And in addition to these 4 mountains, in each direction there are 2 mountains are there. Their dimensions are, each mountain length is 9,000 yojanas, width is 2,000, height is 2,000. The other 4 mountains height is 10,000, but these 8 mountains height is 2,000. That is the difference. And in addition to them, there are 20 Kesharachala mountains. They are like pencil type of mountains. They are smaller in thickness, but their height is as high as Mount Meru, 84,000 yojanas. This is how 3 different set of mountains are there. You see here. These are 8 mountains, 2 mountains in each direction. Trishinga, Makara, Jatra, Devachuta, Karavira, Kailasha, Pavana, Pariyartha. These are 4 mountains in 4 directions. On top of these 4 mountains, there are 4 trees. And then there are 20 Kesharachal mountains surrounding. So somebody may say, what? You are telling about opulences, but you are talking about mountains only. But these are not ordinary mountains. This entire mountain is made up of gold. The huge Sumeru mountain, whose base is 16,000 yojanas and top 30,000 yojanas, height is 84,000. That much gold is there. Normally the mountain we see full of rocks and mud, but it's only gold. No rock, no mud. And these 8 mountains are made up of silver, pure silver. And these 4 mountains are made up of gold. And these 20 mountains are made up of diamond. They are like diamond type of mountain, like this diamond mountains. Is it not opulent place? The mountains are only like mountain made up of diamond, gold, silver. अभी future और आएगा बाद में आएगा. And with all the 3 set of mountains, 8, 4 and 20, this entire Ilavruta Varsha looks like a Yajnakundu. The fire is compared to Mount Meru, and 3 levels of bricks are compared to 3 set of mountains. One set is Kesharachal mountain, other set is 4 mountains, other set is 8 mountains, something like that. Some simile. Huh? Some simile, not exactly, it does not match everything exactly as it is. Some Okay, now same thing, little details. Mount Meru in the middle, surrounding 4 mountains are there. They are known as Mandara, Meru Mandara, Suparshva and Kumada. These 4 mountains are made up of gold. कुछ याद आ रहे हैं नाम सुन के? What is that Mandara mountain? Who did? He did not do. He did tapasya in Gandhamadana mountain. Churning. This Mandara mountain was used for churning the milk ocean. Because it is gold mountain, gold is high density, na? The Devatas and Asuras all put together could not lift it. They lifted it for some distance and fell down. Lord Vishnu only brought it up and then took it to all the way to milk ocean. This is the same mountain. Okay? These are the 4 trees. You may be thinking what kind of trees they are there. The first one is mango tree. Second one is jambu tree. There it is called jambu tree. In our vicinity we call it as jamun tree. Same tree. This is kadamba. That is banyan tree. Simple. Very well known trees only. Now, at the base of these 4 mountains there are 4 wonderful lakes. The first lake is filled with milk. This is a milk lake. This is a honey lake. This is milk lake. This is honey lake. This is sugarcane juice lake. This is pure water. Okay. The garden here is Nandana. This is Chitrarata. This is Vibrajata. This is Sarvatobhadra. Now, all the devatas along with these concerts, they come and sport in these lakes. They have nice festivities with their family members. They do all these things. Like that, one devata like personality, Gajendra, he was also sporting in this milk lake. And crocodile came and catch hold of his feet. There was fight for 1000 years. Then there was Lord Vishnu appearing and delivering a crocodile and also elephant. That all happened here. Now begins the asal story. Kindly remember, the height of this mountain is 10,000 yojanas. The height of the tree is 1,100. Total height is 11,100. And this mango, which is on top of this tree, it falls down from the top of the tree and hits at the bottom of the mountain, hitting to the gold rocks. It breaks open and the mango flows like a river. And before that, just not able to read clearly. You are able to read here? What is it? The mountain peak. Every mango is like a mountain peak. Its width is 861 ratnis, which amounts to 1291.5 feet or 430 meters. Size of one mango is half kilometer. Please kindly imagine. Obviously it should be like that. If the trunk itself is from Bombay to Vijayawada, the mango should be proportionately. One mango is half kilometer mango. How many liters of mango juice can be there in that one mango? That much juice is flowing like river. There is no dearth of mango juice. Once in a while in Brahmachari ashram they say unlimited mango juice, then that is a big feast. Here, don't worry, unlimited. Next, jamun fruit. Each jamun fruit is like an elephant size. Not our elephant. Elephant of Ilavruta Varsha. Like Gajendra size. Okay? When the jamun fruit falls down, it also breaks open, flows like a river. Okay, one point I missed. Here, mango juice itself is a fragrant one. But those people who drink mango juice, from their mouth comes fragrance that goes to a distance of 10 yojanas. 10 yojanas. Here 10 yojanas is there. Fragrance. Matlab, even from a distance of 130 kilometers, you understand that there is mango river. Not 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, 130 kilometers. Our mangoes, they can't smell even if you go 2 meters away. So like that. And this jamun tree produces jamun fruits and they break open and flow like a river. And the both the sides of the river, the sand is there, na sand or mud. It becomes wet by the jamun tree, jamun fruit river. But when the same mud becomes dried by the sunlight and wind, that mud transforms into gold. There is already gold in the form of Sumeru mountain and all these 4 mountains. And the river bank also there is so much gold is produced. You dig so much gold today and tomorrow it is filled with new gold. Gold is naturally available in the form of river bank. This is Ilavrta Varsha. Next, this jamun tree is filled with so many honeycombs. So much honey is there. The honey is dripping from the honeycomb. And the honey flows like 4-5 rivers. Each river has a width of 40 meters. Please assume 5 rivers. Each river width is 40 meters. How much honey must be there? And that is pure honey. The honey will send fragrance to a distance of 100 yojanas. For Janmashtami Abhishek, getting some 5 liters of honey of pure quality is very difficult. We are not sure whether it is honey or jaggery water. But here pure honey is there. The fragrance goes to a distance of 100 yojanas. And सबसे important, finally, there is a banyan tree which is called as Shatavalsa. What is the specialty of banyan tree? Urdhamulam adashakam ashattam prahuravayam channam siyasya parnani yastam vedasa vedik adasya urdham prasthatasshaka. Banyan tree means so many roots are there. This will have 100 roots. And from every root comes a river. In one river there is water. In one river there is milk. In one river there is chas. In one river there is butter. In one river there is ghee. In one river there is sugarcane juice. In one river there is groundnut oil, sarsu tel. In one river there is cotton. In one river there is rubber. In one river like that. 100 different variety of liquids are coming. If milk is available, oil is available, food grains are available in the form of river, why do you need supermarkets? Why do you need dairy farms? Not required. This is the specialty of Ilavrta Varsha. Everything is available abundantly in the nature itself. One no need to go to office, no need to work, no need to wait for monthly salary on the first of every month. That is Ilavrta Varsha. Then 8 silver mountains and 20 diamond mountains. Yeah, someone please read.
The residents of Ilavrta Varsha who enjoy the products of these flowing rivers have no suffering such as wrinkles, grey hair, fatigue, foul-smelling perspiration, old age, disease, untimely death, cold, heat, loss of luster or troubles. They all live their whole life with unlimited happiness.
Roger, 1 second. In our case, whatever we eat, that definitely produces all the problems. But here, by drinking that river juices, they don't have any of these problems. That is the difference between our place and Ilavrta Varsha. Roger, please.
Srila Prabhupada purport. The miserable conditions of this material world can be corrected by sufficient supply of milk, yogurt, honey, ghee, molasses, food grains, ornaments, bedding, sitting places and so on. This is human civilization. Ample food grains can be produced through agricultural enterprises. Profuse supplies of milk, yogurt and ghee can be arranged through cow protection. Abundant honey can be obtained if the forests are protected. Unfortunately, in modern civilization, men are busy killing the cows that are the source of yogurt, milk and ghee, etc. Opening factories to manufacture nuts, bolts, automobiles and wine, etc. And cutting down all the trees that supply honey instead of engaging in agriculture. How can the people be happy? They must suffer from the misery, from all the misery of materialism. This is not human civilization. If people actually want happiness in this life and want to prepare for the best in the next life, they must adopt a Vedic civilization where there is a full supply of the necessities mentioned above.
So Prabhupada writes that he just showed the contrast between Ilavrata and our place. How they are prosperous, how we are suffering. The reason is, instead of protecting cows, we are killing cows. Instead of doing agriculture, we are producing companies. Instead of protecting the forest, we are producing nuts and bolts, something like that. So this is Ilavrata Varsha. With all the different set of mountains, rivers, lakes, gardens, etc. Meru Mandar. Both are different. Here you see, these are the 4 mountains. On top of these 4 trees are there, and these are the 8 mountains, and these are the Kesharachala mountains, pencil type of mountain. Like these are all made of diamond. So their height is as high as Mount Meru. They go till the top.
Purpose of those mountains.
That's all beauty. Specialty of this place. These are like cross section. If you just cut through, if you cut here, how does it look like? If you cut here, how does it look like? Just cross sectional view of the entire thing. Front view. So these are silver mountains, these are golden mountains, these are diamond mountains, and other Varshas, other mountains, etc. As high as Sumeru mountain. So now, on top of Mount Meru, which is very wide, 32,000 yojanas, the 8 Lokapalas have their townships, along with Brahma, whose township is in the middle, which is known as Manuvati. And 8 Lokapalas such as Indra, Agni, Yama, Niruti, Varuna, Vayu, Kuvera, Shiva, they all have. Bhagavatam says that whenever Lord Brahma wanted to discuss about what's happening in the universe, he calls all the devatas to top of Mount Meru. That is where they discuss about universal management, what's happening, how things are happening, etc. So 8 Lokapalas have their big bungalows, and other devatas are kind of accompanied in their respective bungalows. Brahma's abode is 10,000 by 10,000 yojanas. Other devatas' abodes are 2,500 yojanas by 2,500 yojanas, like very big enough space. So these are the devatas' townships on top of Mount. These are not their permanent residences. Only for the meeting purpose they come here. They spend a week or a month and then go back.
Just like ministers, they have place in Delhi. So everybody comes there, stays.
No, ministers having place in Delhi is like their office place. That is like next to office. That is they're expected to stay there. That is the main place. If the minister has a farmhouse in their land, this is a kind of farmhouse, something like that. So they could be like this. All these places could be somewhat like this. So this is all from chapter 16. Discussion about Jambudipa, chapter 1 Bhumandala, and chapter 16 also Ilavrata Varsha. So the opulence of Ilavrata Varsha have been indicated in this section. The reason will come in the next chapter. So before going into 17th chapter, where there is a discussion about descent of Ganga, any questions in related to Ilavrata Varsha? Devotees online or offline? Mike, you take the mic and quickly. Yes.
Prabhuji, in starting you showed that when sun was moving, half was dark and half was light. So how is this possible? Means if something comes in between sunlight, here only this mountain is there, Meru. Then other side will be dark. But the width is not so much.
Okay.
How it is half dark?
Okay. Good that you pointed out that, but we will discuss about it later. Maybe in day of tomorrow class I will show you how it is so. The darkness is not because of Mount Meru, it is because of some other reason. That we will see day of tomorrow. I will show some pictures of the Bhumandala, then you will understand. Yes, Pruch.
There is one story.
Day of tomorrow, you should be there.
There is from Bhagavatam. It said that some within Ilavartvasha where the Lord Shiva is residing. So if somebody goes in that area, it becomes some female.
Yes.
So that is a whole applicable to the whole Ilavartvasha or particular part?
I'll show a picture before ending today's class only. I'll show that.
Okay.
In this chapter only will come. Yes.
After Priyavrat Maharaj, then he was circulating this Bhumandala, and there was day 24 hours. So after that, that stopped, and then again 12 hours.
Again normal. 12 hours to 12 hours. That's why we have to day and night. If he is there around us now, we will never have night time. This all happened in the Swayambhu Manvantara, not now, long back. Any devotee from online? Okay. No questions.
Ending position of those rivers, like where the liquid of those river goes. Like here Ganges flows to the Sagar.
These are not rivers, these are oceans. Either be ocean, na? Arabian Sea is there, Pacific Ocean is there. They will not go, they will be there only. Ocean is ocean, it will never go.
No, from the mountain, the mango river flowing.
Oh, area they are moving here and there only in that area.
Okay.
Finally they may enter into saltwater ocean also. If it is excess, they may go into saltwater ocean also. Otherwise they will be moving here and there, wherever the empty space is there in between. It's like that. Okay. Of course, this pastime is known to everyone, but now we will be discussing from the point of view of the structure of the universe. So when Vamana became Trivikrama, after accepting the 3 pairs of land, with 1 feet he occupied the entire Bhumandala. This is a whole Bhumandala. He expands so big, 1 feet occupied the entire Bhumandala. When you occupy Bhumandala means everything inside the Bhumandala also occupied. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatal, Patal. Okay. With the 2nd feet he occupied the entire upper planetary systems. Bhuvarloka, Sargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, everything is occupied. But the feet is extending so big, the toenail touched the universal shell. There was a small crack. The Karana ocean, which was outside the universe, entered into our universe. This one. Previously it was outside, it entered into our universe. First it came to Satyaloka. Just like when Narasimhadev appeared from a pillar, huge sound came. Like that when Vamana's, Trivikrama's feet touched universal shell, there was a huge sound. Lord Brahma, who was meditating, got disturbed. He opened his eyes. Suddenly water is coming down. He collected the water. He saw Lord's lotus feet, did Abhishek. वही वाटर से वापस पादुका के ऊपर पानी डाल दिया, अभिषेक हो गया. That water became Charanamrut, not Ganga, Charanamrut. So now, first of all, by the touch of Lord's lotus feet, there was a crack in the universal water came in. The same water was collected by Brahmaji and again washed the feet of Lord. It became known as Bhagavat Padi. Bhagavat Padi. Meaning is very clear. Charanamrut of the Lord's lotus feet. Then that water passed through Tapaloka, Janaloka, Maharloka, then came down to Dhruvaloka. Before the abode was given to Dhruva Maharaj, it was the abode of Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. Kshirodakshaya Vishnu should stay there. When Dhruva Maharaj asked for what? What was the desire of Dhruva Maharaj? What is greater than Brahma? Kingdom? No. Bhagavatam shloka mein kingdom hai hi nahi. Padam tribhuvanotkrishtam jigisho sadhu vartmame. What is the meaning of Padam? Yeah. One meaning is Padam is abode, the place or the area or country, something like that. Other meaning of Padam is position. So he basically asked the position superior to that of Brahmaji and also place superior to that of Brahmaji. So according to the universal management point of view, Lord Shiva does destruction, which is the activity in the mode of. Lord Brahma does creation, which is the activity in the mode of. So passion is superior to ignorance or inferior to ignorance? Superior. So Brahma's position or Brahma's responsibility of creation is superior to that of Shiva's destruction. So is there anything superior to Brahma's creation? Whose maintenance? Vishnu's maintenance. That is the only superior position. In the entire universe, there is only one position superior to that of Brahma. So now, Vishnu's position is, Vishnu's service is maintenance. He does it by staying in Dhruvaloka. Dhruvaloka is his office. If Lord Vishnu is supposed to give his position to Dhruva, then what is supposed to give him? What all he is supposed to give him? पूरा ऑफिस चेयर तब देना पड़ेगा. सो विष्णु सब कुछ दे दिया ध्रुव को. चेयर भी दिया, ऑफिस भी दिया, घर भी दे दिया, सब कुछ दे दिया. Before that it was known as Vishnu Pada, the abode of Lord Vishnu. After it was given to Dhruva, it became known as Dhruva Loka. Now, just like Parshuramji, after giving in charity the entire Bhumandala to everyone, for him to stay, what he did? He threw Parashu into ocean. Ocean gave him some land. That is where Parshuramji is residing currently, Konkan area, Parshuram Kshetra. All of you familiar na Konkan area? Okay? So like that, Lord Vishnu created an island within the ocean. In Dhruvaloka, there was a milk ocean. In that milk ocean, he created an island. Right now he is living in that island. It was created after the entire Dhruvaloka has been given to Dhruva Maharaj. That's what we say, na? Shvetudvipa. Sorry, Kshirosagar and Shvetudvipa. So, that's how he is staying there. Just like Lord Krishna erected Dwaraka in the middle of the ocean. It was not there before. He just manifested it. Like that, Shvetudvipa was not there before. He manifested it. So like that. This happened when? When in Swayambhava Manvantara? When in Swayambhava Manvantara? Swayambhava Manvantara is very long. 71 Divya Yugas is there. At the very beginning only. Swayambhava Manu, uske baad Uttanapada, uske baad Dhruva. So this is all happening when Dhruva was performing austerities at the age of 5 only. That means when Uttanapada was ruling. The second king was ruling, that time only this thing happened. That means at the very beginning of the day of Brahma only it happened. So that's all. So then Dhruva Maharaj, he is a devotee of the Lord. Lord Charnamut came. He received, put it on his head and worshipped, and Lord Vishnu, like he was celebrating joyously. And then, because it was passing through the abode of Lord Vishnu, it became known as Vishnupadi. That Vishnupadi going to Saptarishi Mandal, then Svargaloka, then Bhuvarloka, then Chandramandal, then came down to the top of Mount Meru. On top of Mount Meru, in the middle, we have the township of Brahma. That is where, because here it is flat, it was coming down slowly, it is flat, so it became into multiple streams. Out of multiple streams, 4 are famous, 4 became famous. In 4 went in 4 directions, they became famous and they fell down from the top of Mount Meru and they fell onto Jambudvipa and going in 4 directions of Jambudvipa, covering all the different places in Jambudvipa. That's why in this section this Ganga descent is described. Because the 4 streams of Ganga are traveling in 4 directions of Jambudvipa, covering all the different places of Jambudvipa. 2 minutes. After this we'll take. After Ganga we'll take. So this is on top of Mount Meru, in the middle of Brahma's abode, becoming into multiple streams, but 4 are big streams and they became famous. Sita, Chakshu, Bhadra and Alakananda. They were passing through all the places in the direction, whichever is there in the direction, they were passing through. You can see them clearly here. So like this. First they are touching Kesarachala mountain, Then when they fall down, whichever is there, so they are falling down. So here, falling on this mountain and going on to Bhadrashwar Ocean, going to Saltwater Ocean. Here you see, here some water might fall before the mountain, some water might fall after the mountain. But that water which fell on the mountain, they jumped. It jumped to the next mountain, again jumped to the next mountain. Like that, water is there everywhere. Even though 10,000 yojanas height mountains are there, water is going to all the way up till the last part also. Because of the bouncing nature of the water, you can see. So like this, Ganga came down and passed through all the different varshas of entire Jambudvipa. Because it is covering the different each and every part of Jambudvipa, Sukadeva Goswami talks about that also. So among the 4 divisions, Alakananda, which you generally hear, Alakananda is very well known to all of us. Some of us might have visited also. Devaprayag, if you go, we get to see the Alakananda. Badrinath I have not gone. That's why not. Alakananda etla? At least Devaprayag I have been there, so I am saying that. So like this, Ganga is coming down and going through all the places. So now, Ganga has got another name also. One name is Ganga. One name is the Vishnupadi and Bhagavatpadi is there. And Sanskrit it is also called as Rupantarena Vahati. Sometimes it will flows in a visible way, sometimes it will flows in an invisible way. Matlab it flows, but underneath the earth. Like Saraswati river, now it is not visible anymore. But it is there under the ground. And the surface of the ground is not there. Like that Ganga also becomes invisible time and again. Lord Vamana appeared during the 7th Chaturyuga of the 7th Manvantara. Long back. Currently we are in the 28th Chaturyuga. So in due course of time Ganga disappeared. That Ganga which was flowing through Bharatavarsha disappeared completely. But during that time, Sagara Maharaja was the ruler of the entire Bhumandala. He wanted to perform 100 Ashwamedha Yajnas. 99 successfully done. When he was doing 100th one, Indra came and stole the horse, kept in the ashram of Lord Kapila. Where? इन पाताल लोका, सबसे नीचे वाला लोक, भूमंडल से चोरा के लेकर पाताल लोक में छुपाया. Lord Kapila stays in पाताल लोका. Okay? So Sagara Maharaj had 2 wives. First wife gave birth to 1 son. His name is Asamanjasa. He also had a son. His name is Amshman. The second wife gave birth to 60,000 sons. Okay? But somehow Asamanjasa was like Jadabharat and also like Vena. He was like Jadabharat based on his internal qualities, but sometimes he also do something like Vena. किससे के साथ खेलते खेलते उनको मार देते थे. So the king became very unhappy, very angry. The king actually what he did, what you can say, Baishkar karna. One thing is disowned. Second thing is, he is not supposed to in the kingdom. He has to leave the kingdom and go away. The punishment was given. Actually, Asamanjasa wanted that punishment. That's why he acted like that. He did not kill many hundreds of people. Only killed 1 person. Because he does not want to become the king. Because he is the eldest one, he is supposed to become the king. He does not want to become the king. He used to act like the Jadabharat. And he also killed 1 boy. King told, you are thrown out of the kingdom. You cannot stay in the kingdom. Get lost. Correct. Banished. But Asamanjasa revived that boy and it disappeared into woods. That is what he wanted. हो गया. बच्चा भी पैदा हो गया. पैदा नहीं, बच्चा वापस जीवित हो गया. वो चले गए. So now somehow the king is performing 100 sacrifice. His horse was stolen. The 60,000 sons were told, please go and search for the horse. They were searching for the horse all over Jambudvipa. They could not find. Father told, see, on the boundary is He might have hidden it somewhere. Search underneath. So on the boundary of Jambudipa, they were digging and they were throwing the mud into Garbhodaka ocean. They dug so much, they threw so much mud that mud itself became island. Here one island, here one island, here like that. So many islands surrounding Jambudipa. Not one, two. Hundreds of islands were made by these sons of Sagar Maharaj. Still they could not find the horse. They came back to the father. Father told, Abhi, go down the Bhumandala. Each one dig one yojana. 60,000 dug, 60,000 yojanas. They could not find. They came back to father. They told, Father, we dug for 60,000. Nothing happened. He said, no problem. Dig until you get the horse. Because they are working very hard for many days, many months, many years. They are so hungry, so hungry, so hungry. Also they are so angry also. Eventually they came down to Patala Loka. Suddenly they saw one person meditating and behind him there is a horse. They became so angry. This fellow stole the horse and kept tied it here and performing meditation, and he has put in so much trouble. We have been digging for last so many years without food, without water, without rest. They became so angry, they took out their sword and they wanted to kill this one person. Unfortunately, that one person has no connection with this horse. And he happens to be Supreme Lord Kapila himself. Because they found fault with Supreme Lord, they wanted to kill the Supreme Lord, the fire element in their body extended and killed them, burnt them right away. These are all their ashes. सबका कपाल छोड़कर बाकी सब राख हो गया. So father is waiting. अभी तक बेटा आए नहीं, घोड़ा भी आए नहीं. He told grandson, my dear grandson, please go and find out your whereabouts of your uncles and also get the horse. So hearing from different people and following the same path, he came down to Patala Loka. There he saw everything and he understood what happened. He prayed to Lord Kapila. He solicited Lord's mercy. He asked Lord's permission, can I take the horse? Lord said, okay, you take, that is your horse, you take. Then he said, please deliver my uncles. Please forgive their offense and deliver them. Lord said, I have not taken any offense. They only made mistake, they only reaping the results. If you want them to be delivered, please bring Ganga down. That Ganga which appeared because of Lord Vamana disappeared now because of some reason. If you bring Ganga back, if their ashes touches Ganga, they all will attain Vaikuntha. So Amshuman came, delivered the horse to his grandfather. Grandfather completed the yajna, he went to forest taking Vanaprastha order. Amshuman became the king. He ruled for some time. Then his son became youth. He made his son the next king, Dilipa. He went to forest and performed tapasya. Severe tapasya to get Ganga down. He could not get. His son made his son, Bhagirath the king. He went to forest and performed tapasya to bring Ganga down. He failed. Bhagirath made his son as the next king. He went to forest. He performed severe tapasya. Finally, Ganga had to agree. But Ganga said, no, I will not come. Because if I come, people bathe in me and they leave their sins in me. I become sinful. I don't do. That's why I disappeared. Then he said, don't worry. Sinful people come and deposit their sins, but devotees will come and remove their sins. There are so many devotees are going to appear nearby Ganga. Please come. So Ganga said one more thing. While I am coming from the top of the universe, I come with very huge speed. So I may create a hole in the Bharatavarsha and take entire Bharatavarsha also down to Garbhodaka ocean. You do something. Then he went to Kailash. He prayed to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva agreed to reduce the speed of Ganga. So before that, till here it is called Akash Ganga. After Lord Shiva's Jeta, when Ganga comes down, it is called as Mandakini Ganga. Mandakini means whose speed is reduced. And that Mandakini Ganga following after Jagirath Maharaj, went all the way up to Patala Loka, touched their ashes, delivered them. Since then, even today also, if somebody leaves their body in our family, either we put their ashes in Ganga or any other holy river which is very near to our home. That tradition has started with this event. Like that. So here you can see Devaprayag, Alakananda and Bhagirathi. Both of them are and both of them are in different colors. From Devaprayag they go to Rishikesh, from there Haridwar, from there Kanpur. In between they come to Prayag, then Kanpur, then Mayapur, then Howrah, then they enter into Pacific Ocean. From there it goes to Patalaloka. So like that. So these were the islands created by the sons of Sagar Maharaj. Of course they created so many islands like this. So many hundreds of islands they created. But among them 8 are famous. The 8 names are, these are the 8. Swarnaprastha, Chandrashukla, Mandarharina, Avartana, Ramanaka, Panchajanya, Simhala and Lanka. Ramanaka name you might have heard. In the Bhagavatam where you have heard? Correct. Ramanaka was the visualizations of Kaliya, somehow came to Yamuna. Lord told, you go back to your home. Then Kaliya went back to Ramanaka. And Lanka also you might have heard. Whose abode was Lanka? Lanka belongs to whom? Kuvera. Kuvera user pudu. Sorry, Ravana user from Kuvera. So that was the same Lanka where the great battle of Ramayan happened. So where is Lanka now? Brazil. Where is Lanka now? Behind globe. All of you have heard classes like that. Looks like that. So, we have discussing very nicely. The sons of Sagar Maharaj digging around surrounding Jambudipa, they threw the mud into the saltwater ocean. That mud became island. So, it is in the saltwater ocean surrounding Jambudipa. So, that is clearly mentioned in the Bhagavatam verse also. Jambudipa sacha rajan upadvipan. They are upadvipa of Jambudipa. They are not part of Jambudipa. They are surrounding Jambudipa. So like this, all these islands are surrounding Jambudipa like that. Lanka is also one of the islands among them. But where Lanka is located is clearly mentioned in Surya Siddhanta. Where it is mentioned, where it is located? When you draw a line passing through the center of Mount Meru and also passing through the center of Bharatavarsha, it also passes through center of Lanka. So this particular island is Lanka, which is outside Jambudipa and inside saltwater ocean. Lanka is not Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka and Lanka both are completely different. Renadu. What was the length of Setubandha? 100 yojana means how much? Then tell me. So that means Rameshwaram to Lanka there should be distance of 39 kilometers. You travel that much distance, then you will get Lanka. Good question. I think Ramayana all of you know. Lanka belongs to whom originally? Then it belongs to whom? Then it belongs to whom? So now it is the abode of Vibhishan. There is a concept of Chiranjiva. There are 8 Chiranjivas. One among them is? So Vibhishan is still living. Where he lives? With whom he lives? Lanka is called as Rakshasalaya. It is abode of Rakshasas. Even today Lanka is inhabited by the surviving Rakshasas who left after Ramayana battle was over. उनका फैमिली वाला अभी भी जीवते उधर, उनका बेटा पोता पड़पोता पड़पोता जो भी है. Vibhishana is ruling Lanka, and once in every year he comes to Srirangam and also Jagannath Puri. Srirangam also comes regularly and worships Lord Ranganath because Ranganath is his deity. Whether he comes to Jagannath Puri or not, I don't know, but it certainly comes to Rangam, Srirangam. उनका फैमिली डिटेल ना उनको दिया था राम भगवान श्री राम ने. So like that. Okay.
In the center of Jambudvip stands the most extraordinary divine golden mountain called Meru. Meru is shaped like an inverted cone, and it is the sporting place for the demigods. Around Meru are many supporting mountains called Kesara. Jambudvipa is 0.8 million miles in diameter and is surrounded by the saltwater ocean of the same width. On top of Mount Meru is a resort of Brahma called Manavati. The famous celestial river Ganges descends to the center of Manavati and then flows out into 4 directions. Surrounding Manavati in the 8 directions are the resort cities of the chief demigods. One of these cities is Amaravati, the resort of Indra, king of heaven. King Indra lives here in majestic opulence, attended to by musicians, dancers, and reciters. In Bharatvarsha, the famous mountains known as the Himalayas are tall and immovable. Here we find an abode of Lord Shiva, the greatest of the demigods.
So this is about Ganga passing through all the different varshas of Jambudvipa in connection to Jambudvipa. Yes, Prabhu, you had some question?
You see that when the water is coming down, the Bhagavati and Bhagavati is coming down, mentioned that these Saptarishis will carry the water in airplanes.
Not Saptarishi, Devatas. It's not that Devatas are carrying airplanes. As the water is going, they are also accompanying along the water, along with their airplanes. When something wonderful is happening, everyone want to follow along with it. So, yeah, in the Bhagavatam it is translated like that. But actually, who will carry? Water anyway comes on its own down. No need to carry. It goes, but we can say that all these Devatas are accompanying Ganga. When a great person is coming, they will accompany, na? Like that.
And the water didn't come to Jambudvip that time, it stayed till some point. So then
It was coming down. Slowly, eventually it will come down. It can't stay at one place, na? It keeps going down only.
but then after the Bhagirati's austerities, it came to Jambudvip, right?
No, it was Alakananda was already there from the beginning. Because of Lord Vamana, it came down, it passed through all the 9 varshas of Jambudvipa. Alakananda passing through Jambudvipa, Bharata Varsha also. But it disappeared in due course of time. Again Bhagirath Maharaj, but even now Ganga is there. It is told in the Shastras that in this Kali Yuga, 10,000 years later, Ganga will disappear. Already 5,000 years are over. After 5,000 years, Ganga will disappear. Saraswati already disappeared. Yamuna is under disappearing now. Right now, still some remnants are there. Maybe few decades later, we may not be able to see Yamuna anymore. Like that, Ganga will disappear after 5,000 years. Again, after by the intervention of some devotee or Lord's incarnation, again Ganga will come back.
Now there are 2 parallels. So Alakananda is always there, but then.
But Alakananda is not their road. It's only here and there some small insignificant portion only. It is not always there. Completely is not there. The main branch of Ganga is Bhagirathi now, not Alakananda.
Disappearance what exactly? I mean, the water is still flowing but not visible. Or
Saraswati is not there now.
flowing.
Saraswati river. Where is Saraswati now?
Saraswati, I mean, not visible.
Not visible.
I mean, not visible to eye, but still flowing like that.
It is flowing under the ground.
Underground.
On the surface of the ground, it became no more seen.
So in case
Like
of Ganga,
Yamuna,
something same.
like
So,
when
yeah.
Prabhupada, at least 50 years back, Yamuna was free flow, full-fledged flowing.
Yeah.
Now,
Small.
only small streams are there.
Yeah.
Few decades later, वो भी नहीं रहेगा.
No, it will go out. That will disappear from the eye point, but it will be there still underground also.
That's what I'm saying. That is the meaning of Antarayana Vahati.
Okay.
Rupa means in a visible physical way. Antarayana means invisible way, subtly.
Okay.
Like the first condition which was there, that flow of Ganges will be very fast and should not go to Patal Loka. But you told like Sagar Maharaj's sons were in Patal Loka only. Kapil Muni ashram was there, and that has to go there to get them delivered.
Yes.
So that seems something contradiction. And you told also like it is entering into Ganga Shaka, and from Ganga Shaka it is going to Patal Loka where it is delivered. The main purpose which was there of Bhagirathi, that is getting caused when it is flowing from Patal Loka. So थोड़ा सा contradicting और थोड़ा confusing हो.
Why confusion? What is the confusion?
पाताल लोक पहले ये था कि अर्थ पे लाने का था भागीरथ. हम लोग जो पूरा स्टोरी सुनते बिकॉज भागीरथी हैज टू ब्रिंग टू द अर्थ, बिकॉज कपिल मुनि का आश्रम अर्थ पे है कहीं पर, ऐसा स्टोरीज में ही.
वो छोड़ दो, आपने जो सुना उसको बगल में रखो. अभी हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं भागवतम के अनुसार.
और लॉर्ड शिवा का जो मेन रोल था कि उनके सर पे फ्लो कम करना था, अदरवाइज वो सीधे पाताल लोक में चली जाती. पर्पस तो पाताल लोक वाला ही था, फुलफिल.
पाताल लोक नहीं. He says that I will pierce through the earth and go down to Garbhodaka ocean.
Okay.
Not Patala Loka.
Okay.
Here the requirement is to go to Patala Loka in a slow, steady manner. Okay. If piercing and going down to Garbhodaka ocean, then what is the use?
Okay. So now like through Ganga Sagar it is entering into Patal Loka in some means which we may not be able to see and know.
The ocean connection is there.
Some connection is there. So which it is main purpose which was there to deliver the, that is done. Now coming back to this like Char Dham हम लोग last time गए थे. Now Alaknanda is coming from Badrinath. Its origin is not known because devotees tell that is very, you go round.
Origin is a very, Alaknanda or Bhagirathi both are coming from the top only. See here.
Yes.
So it is coming from the top of Mount Meru, falling down from this mountain to this mountain, this mountain to this mountain.
Yes.
And this is the bigger Himalayas. From this mountain to Bharatavarsha.
Yes, matlab in the visible sense I am talking about, like till where we can reach out. So we go to Badrinath, there Alaknanda is there.
उसके ऊपर आप देख नहीं सकते.
उसके ऊपर we cannot go only.
That is called as आकाश गंगा. उसके ऊपर जो भी गंगा है, that is called as आकाश गंगा.
Yes, we cannot go. And the Ganga, which generally known as Ganga, everybody goes to Gangotri and Gomukh they tell, that's the origin purpose.
Yes.
And ultimately everybody gets mixed in Haridwar, and Haridwar everything is known as Ganga only. Yes. The Bhagirathi, the Gangotri Ganga, the Alaknanda, and everything gets mixed and becomes Ganga. एक single stream जो हो जाती है हरिद्वार से. So Alaknanda you told like it came as existing only.
Alaknanda came because of Lord Vamana.
Lord Vamana.
Bhagirathi came because of Bhagirath Maharaj.
Bhagirath Maharaj.
The same गंगा ऊपर से जो नीचे आ रहे हैं ना, एक ऐसा आया था, एक ऐसा थोड़ा डिटूर करके शिवा के पास जाके इधर आया.
हाँ.
So like that.
तो ये गंगोत्री वाली गंगा का कुछ कनेक्शन
गंगोत्री itself is Bhagirathi.
अच्छा. वो स्ट्रीम ही यहाँ पे मिल रही है देव प्रयाग में. मतलब
प्रयाग में वही मिल रहा है.
अच्छा, गंगोत्री से ही जो आ रही स्ट्रीम वो देव प्रयाग में अलकनंदा के साथ मिलके फाइनली वो गंगा कहला रही है. अच्छा, दैट इज भागीरथी. तो गंगा का जो ओरिजिन बोल रहे हैं हम, वो भागीरथी का ओरिजिन प्लेस है बिकॉज ऑफ, एंड देयर ओनली लॉर्ड शिवा इज देयर इन द गोमुख, which is generally मतलब
where Lord Shiva is there we will discuss later.
That is later, but
no movie stories.
Yes,
only Bhagavatam stories.
Yes.
Next, no movie stories are entertained here. If you know, keep it yourself, don't quote in the class.
So we hear that in regards to creation, when Mahavishnu created all the Brahmandas,
yes,
so it's described in third canto where they are floating in the Karana ocean.
Yes.
So when we are saying floating of any globe, so when we pierce the top, there only air is there, water is not there.
Okay. In comparison to the Karna ocean, each and every Brahmanda is compared to be like a mustard seed.
Correct.
When there is a ocean, there are so many
Okay.
Laharis.
Okay.
So in that Lahari like ocean, there is a small mustard seed.
Okay,
Can there
pond.
be some water on top of the mustard seed?
Okay.
Even one drop is enough to come inside. It is not that water keep coming, only one drop came and it is, since it is transcendental water, it is keep expanding.
Okay.
The track must have been closed again. When Lord Vamana touched it, track was there. When he removed his feet, band ho gaya. So like that.
And second thing is about Kapil Muni. After leaving, we read third canto, 33rd. He goes to, it is as mentioned, that Ganga Sagar, where he goes to.
Then what happened?
I just wanted to check where he went. Ganga
He
Sagar.
he goes to that side, he asked the ocean, please give me some place to meditate.
Okay.
So he opened himself. Just like Mother Sita asked earth, please take me. Earth opened and took her inside.
Okay.
Like that the ocean opened, gave a path all the way to Patala Loka. He went down to Patala Loka and he began to meditate there. No one comes and disturbs him.
Oh. Rahuguna is asking. Rahuguna.
No, Rahuguna is Sindhu Savira, the western province. Why you will go to that Kapila Tirtha? Rahuguna is from the western province, Sindhu Savira, where Sindhu Nadi is there. He is from that place.
Yeah, no, Kapil Muni was going towards north side only, is mentioned.
Maybe after renunciation he might have gone that side. Not when he was king. He was going that side. The Kapila Tirtha can be in different places, not necessarily there. Where was Mother Devahuti stayed? Please remember, where was Mother Devahuti used to stay? Kadamuni and Devahuti. Today it is a famous place all over India. People go to that place regularly. Where is that Bindu Sarovar? आप लोगों को ओरिसा दिखता है क्या? ओरिसा नहीं. गुजरात में सिद्धापुर करके होली प्लेस इज देयर. It is called as Mathur Gaya.
Mathur Gaya.
Siddhapur. That is the place where Kadamuni and Devahuti used to stay there. That is where Kapila instructed Mother Devahuti the teachings of Lord Kapila. That is also called as Kapila Tirtha. So he might have gone there. Okay?
So maybe the
अभी गया नहीं लगता है, इसलिए आपको पता नहीं, कैसे किधर किसी को पता नहीं, कोई गया नहीं उस तरफ.
So the Ganga Sagar, what we go, maybe from there he went down.
From there he went down. Since we cannot go,
So
a
the
small
Kapila
temple
Ashram
is constructed there so that we
Okay,
can
okay.
at least offer pranams and all,
Correct.
prayers, pranams, etc.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Quick, take the mic. Time हो गया. 10 minutes only left.
Ganga which Bhagirath brought, it did not fall on Meru, it came directly.
No. I told in the Bharata Varsha Ganga disappeared, not everywhere. Only in the Bharata Varsha Ganga disappears time and again, not other places. In other places it is always there. In that from the Himalayas it is coming down to Bharata Varsha, that portion becomes invisible. Again, because of some other pure devotee, it becomes visible.
To regulate that.
Again, sinful people increase, it will disappear. Again, pure devotee comes, it is like a cyclic phenomena. Only in Bharata Varsha. Why only in Bharata Varsha? That is our topic for today and tomorrow. Now we'll start and tomorrow we'll continue. Why only in Bharata Varsha? It will become invisible.
Prabhuji, like regarding the personality of Ganga now, because Bhagirathi prayed to personality of Ganges. So, like that causal ocean water was the personality, and it sisters, daughters, daughters, and it became different. Alaknanda is different personality. It is a one personality, which actually the water form of casual ocean.
Alakananda and Bhagirathi both are same personality only. So the Alakananda was like old in our old manifestation, Bhagirathi is our new manifestation, like Mother Sati and Parvati. They are one person only.
Okay. So the personality remains the same. The deity of the Ganges.
See, actually, in one sense, every river that we see all over India and other places, they are all expansion of Ganga only. It is one Ganga expands to different water streams, different rivers. There, in one sense, every river is supposed to be Ganga only, an expansion of Ganga only.
And every river has his personal form also.
So, like Mother Durga is there in every village. In every village, they call her with a different name: Chandi, Chamundi, Gauri, like that. Same Durga Devi only, but different name. Same Ganga only: Krishna, Godavari, Narmada, Tapati, Yamuna, like that.
Yes.
ये ध्रुवलोक है,
हाँ
वो सप्तर्षि और महरलोक के बीच में है।
यस पुरुष।
लेकिन प्रलय जब भी हो जाएगा, प्रलय,
हाँ
और तभी अपना सत्यलोक तो तब तक जाएगा। तो
हाँ।
ये बीच में का जो है,
हाँ
ये क्या वो उसको बोलते हैं, ध्रुवलोक।
ध्रुवलोक।
तो उसका पोजीशन क्या है फिर?
जब प्रलय होगा
हाँ,
ध्रुवलोक बिकम्स इनविजिबल, अदृश्य हो जाएगा।
अच्छा।
हाँ, डिस्ट्रॉय नहीं होगा
हाँ।
बल्कि अदृश्य हो जाएगा।
तो फिर उसको ये नहीं, जो ज्वाला रहेगा, अग्नि रहेगा, उसका इफेक्ट नहीं होगा?
वो अग्नि आने के पहले वो गायब हो जाएगा।
अच्छा, उधर से जाएगा।
हाँ, डिसअपियर हो जाएगा। वो भगवान का निजी दाम है, वो हमारा अग्नि क्या करेगा उसको।
अच्छा, दूसरा ये जो गर्भोदक्षय विष्णु आपने दिखाया पिक्चर,
हाँ
उधर लक्ष्मी भी उनका पाव दबा के दिखाती है उधर। नहीं, जैसा इसमें क्या उसको बोलते हैं, शिरोदक्षय विष्णु के इसमें दिखता है।
हाँ
उधर वो दबाते हुए, तो इधर भी आपने दिखाया है।
सब
तो
जगह पर
इधर भी
जहाँ पे
same है
भगवान
क्या?
विष्णु रहेगा तो वहां पे माता लक्ष्मी भी रहेगा। भगवान
अच्छा।
विष्णु अकेला क्यों रहेगा, सब जगह पर वो भी रहेगा।
अच्छा,
हम हमारा पिक्चर में दिखाए ना दिखाए बट माता लक्ष्मी तो उनके साथ रहेगा। बल्कि पैर दबाएंगे नहीं तो उनका वक्षस्थल में रहेगा। दोनों जगह से किधर तो किधर रहेगा।
नहीं, जनरली शिरोदक्षय विष्णु के उधर दिखता है।
वो हमारा लोग अपना हिसाब से पिक्चर ड्रा किया होगा, बट जनरली wherever भगवान विष्णु is there, mother Lakshmi always will be there, either massaging his feet or situated in the vakshasthal. So one of the two will be there. She will be there. He cannot be separate from her.
क्योंकि अभी इधर जो बीच में एक पिक्चर, ये डेकोरेशन था ना, उधर पिक्चर दिखाया था। तो
वो चलेगा प्रजी।
नहीं, उधर ब्रह्मा भी दिखाया था।
हाँ, वो तो गर्भोदक्षय विष्णु है। उनका नाभि से जो कमल आता है ना, वो गर्भोदक्षय विष्णु।
वो भी दिखाया था, और लक्ष्मी पाय दबाती वो भी दिखाया था, सेम इसमें।
Okay, I think we'll go ahead. Some more time is there. We need to. I just want to come to up to Bharata Varsha, then stop. So, okay, we have seen all these things. Now, we have seen about Ilavata Varsha. What are the different opulence there in Ilavata Varsha? Everything that is required, everything is there in the form of river streams. The similar kind of opulences are there in 8 Varshas out of 9 Varshas. Jambudipa has got total 9 Varshas. Only Ilavata Varsha was described elaborately. Whatever opulences were there in Ilavata Varsha, other than Bharata Varsha, remaining all Varshas, same kind of opulences are there. Then Sukadeva Goswami says, that's why these 8 Varshas are called as Bhauma Swarga. And Bharata Varsha is called as Karma Bhumi. It is a place known as Karma Bhumi. Remaining all 8 Varshas are known as Bhauma Swarga. Not Bhoga Bhumi, it is Bhauma Swarga. Swarga at the level of Bhuloka. What do you mean? Swarga at the level of Bhuloka. And some other jagah pe Swarga bhi hai? Yes. In our universe there are 3 Swargas. Divya Swarga, you can see there. Bhuvarloka and Swargaloka both put together known as Divya Swarga. Bhauma Swarga. The entire Bhumandala other than Bharata Varsha. The outer 6 Dvipas, in the Jambudvipa 8 Varshas. Entire area is known as Bhauma Swarga. And the down below, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. All these 7 lokas are known as Bilaswarga. Swarga by definition, it is endowed with all opulences. You don't have to work hard to get food, to eat food. Juice nahi, everything is there. आपको food चाहिए तो food भी रहेगा. You don't have to cultivate and you don't have to do agriculture, you don't have to grow the field. Naturally it is available. Everything is naturally available in Swarga. But the difference is, in Divya Swarga, the people are in the mode of goodness. They utilize all these opulences for serving the Lord, then they accept the remnants as Mahaprasad. In Bhauma Swarga, they say it is meant for the service of the Lord also, it is meant for our enjoyment also, 50-50. In Bilaswarga, they say, Ishwaroham Aham Bhogi. I am the Lord, I am the Bhogi. It is meant for my service. No God, I am the God. This is the difference between these three lokas. Otherwise, three are heavenly places only. But the mentality of the people is different. Now we are discussing about Bhauma Swarga. But who will take birth in this Bhauma Swarga? Those people who do pious activities, first they take birth in Divya Swarga because they have done good amount of pious activities. So maximum amount of their piety they expend in the Divya Swarga. With the remainder, they take birth in Bhauma Swarga. That also they spend in Bhauma Swarga. Even from that, with small remainder portion, they take birth in Bharata Varsha. For example, if somebody has done 100% of punya, they spend 90% in Divya Swarga, then 9% with the remaining 10 they come to Bhauma Swarga. They spend 9% there. With the remaining 1% they take birth in Bharata Varsha. What was that verse from Bhagavad Gita chapter 6? Suchinam Srimatam Gaye Yoga Bharashto bhi Jayate. Uske pehle one more verse is there. Such kind of yogis who did not perfect their lives, they go to Punya Loka and they reside for a long time there. That is Swarga. They go to Swarga, they reside for a long time. Then they take birth in Bhauma Swarga, they enjoy there. Then they take birth in Bharata Varsha in the family of Brahmanas or Vaishyas, like that. Sushinam Srimatam Gaye. That is what it happens. Swarginam Punya Shesha Upavoga Sthanani. What are these Bhauma Swargas? Bhauma Swargas are meant for the enjoyment of the remainder of the piety of those people who have been to Swargaloka, Divya Swarga. So it very clearly mentions Bhagavatam, no doubt. Now, huh? Whoever want to go to Bila Swarga, Yanti Deva, Vratam Deva, Pitrunyanti Pitru Vrata. Those who worship Devata, they go to Swargaloka. Those who worship Pitru, they will go to Bhuvarloka. Bhutani Yanti. Those who worship Asuras, Bhuta, Peta, Pishashas, they will go to Bila Swargas. So like that. Whoever takes birth in Bhauma Swarga, their lifespan is fixed, 10,000 years. Nothing less, nothing more. हर एक व्यक्ति 10,000 हाथी का बलवान होता है. Not like थोड़ा नीचे एक बाटल उठने, हो गया. What do you call that? Not back pain. There is one particular name for that. It is very painful. हाँ? स्लिप डिस्क. इधर होगा तो स्पॉन्डिलाइटिस बोलते हैं, इधर होगा तो स्लिप डिस्क. आजकल स्लिप डिस्क बहुत लोगों को होता है बिकॉज इतना वीक हो गए हम. एक स्पून उठाने के लिए बेंड किया, स्लिप डिस्क. जीवन भर सफर करना पड़ता है. वो हमारा हाल है. बट यहाँ पर हर व्यक्ति 10,000 हाथी का बलवान है. Or they have wives who give birth to children only in the last year. They live for 9,900 years normally. In the last year they get birth to children. In Swargaloka they have a garland. When the garland becomes faded, they understand that life is over. Here they will understand that when they are started giving birth to children, their life is over now. In that 1 year only they give birth to n number of children. N number of children. Because in their place it is not like that. In our place, after the union, the mother has to carry the baby for 9 months. Then the child is born. The child is grown up slowly. In the Bhauma Swarga and also Divya Swarga, in also Bila Swarga, in the Swarga basically, after the union of mother and father, in 48 minutes, the child is born in one muhurta. In another one muhurta, the child becomes 16 years old youth. And they remain for the entire life 16-year-old youth only. They will never experience old age. Divya Swarga, Bhauma Swarga and Bila Swarga, this is the procedure. We have certain examples. This is called as Sadhya Garbha. Kunti Maharani, when she prayed to Surya Dev, Yamaraj, Indra, what happened? Vayu and Indra, what happened? The Devatas appeared, they said Tatastu, she became pregnant, 14 minutes she gave birth to child. She did not carry the baby for 9 months. The baby was born in 48 minutes. That's all. मैं पूरा स्टोरी बताया नहीं ना, पूरा स्टोरी सुनो. So यहाँ पर father is devata, mother is human being. So child birth is one muhurta, but child growth is like our ardent children. धीरे 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 पैदा हो गया. Same case, थोड़ा reverse. Bhima married Hidimbi is male. So Hidimbi became pregnant. She carried the baby for 9 months. She gave birth. But birth होने के बाद एक मुहूर्त के अंदर वो घटोत्कच बन गया, वो बादल के बड़ा बन गया एक मुहूर्त काल के अंदर. Bhima and other Pandavas stayed with Hidimbi for 1 year. In that 1 year, she became pregnant. She carried the baby. After the child was born, when she became a youth, then the Pandavas left from that place. They went on to Ekachakrapur. Okay. Another example, Ganga. Ganga married whom? Huh? Shantanu Maharaj. And she gave birth to 8 children. 8 Vasus were appeared. So the what Vasus were cursed by the Vasishta that you are to take birth in the Bhuloka. So they came to Ganga, they requested as soon as we are born, throw us in the Ganga. The reason is she has to throw the child within 1 muhurta. Otherwise the child will become youth. Youth बनने के बाद थ्रो करे तो क्या होगा? कुछ नहीं होगा, उनको स्विमिंग आता है already. So as soon as the child is born, immediately she threw in the Ganga. For the 8th child, by the time she was about to put him in the Ganga, the father came and stopped. As she said, I put the condition, if you stop me, I will go. So she took away the child along with her. On the way, before she reached Swarga, he became youthful. तुरंत उनको स्कूल में एडमिट किया, बृहस्पति का स्कूल में. वहां में पढ़ाई शुरू हो गई उनको. एक मुहूर्त के अंदर पढ़ाई शुरू हो गए. दिस इज स्वर्गलोका. अच्छा लग रहा है ना? Actually, men cannot appreciate this. Mata just appreciates because they have to go through the pain of taking care of the baby for not 1 year, 2 years, 10 years तक उनको पाल पोष करना पड़ता है. हर क्षण उनके बारे में सोचना पड़ता है. And heaven, they no issues. बच्चा पैदा हो गया, एक मुहूर्त के अंदर युवान बन गए, बस आपका रास्ता आपका, मेरा रास्ता मेरा. Even Vyasdev also, Satyavati and Parashara Muni, they met in the middle of Yamuna, and Vyasdev was born. In a muhurta he became youth and he went away. पिताजी इस तरफ गया, सन इस तरफ गया, वो लेडी अकेला वापस. पहले अकेला था, अभी अकेला है. So like that. क्या एक्सेप्शन? हाँ हाँ. Yes. No, Parashara himself gave that blessing because she was afraid. If I give birth to child, what will happen to me? Because you are a Sushi will go back. There are 2 problems. One is I will lose virginity. Second thing is if the child is with me, how will I live in this family? He said, don't worry, I will do the needful. You will not lose your virginity. Your child will grow immediately and he will leave. He will never stay with you, so that no one will know that you gave birth to a child. And then, in addition to that, he gives a blessing that you will become the okay. Your Matsya will go and you become a fragrant woman and you will become the Rajamata of the entire land. You will become the Patrani of the entire land. When all these blessings are given, then she said, okay. Then only she agreed. And she said, you will become Rajamata means your son will become the next king of the entire Jambudipa. So sab hai Mahabharata mein. So like that.
Bharatavarsha is so small. That means majority is all for enjoyment and karma is such a small.
Good question. Why Jiva is coming to the material world? It's not full. Full answer. It is correct only but not complete. To enjoy separate from Krishna. So, but enjoyment करने के लिए आवे तो enjoyment करने के लिए व्यवस्था भी होना चाहिए ना. So व्यवस्था है, बल भर के. बाकी सब enjoyment करने के लिए. भारतवर्षा भगवत धाम जाने के लिए, वापस जाने के लिए. This is the distinction. Okay. Anyway, we will discuss about it tomorrow elaborately. So you got it? How these 8 varshas and also remaining Bhumandala is different from Bharatavarsha. Because Bharatavarsha is a Karma Bhumi Here everything has been measured very minutely. All the rules and regulations are very strict here. Other places, lot of relaxation is there. Here everything is taken responsibly. Other places, okay. That's why it is there. Na Sukha Parikshit Maharaj asked question. How can Lord Krishna will play with other men's wives? What people will say? So Sukadeva Goswami said that if Devatas do something like this, they have the capacity and ability to consume them. All the Devatas are like Agni. Agni can consume anything. From Bharata Vansha point of view, something is immoral. But for Devatas, it is not immoral. It is allowed. If Devatas are allowed like this, then what to speak of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Of course, that is the external answer. So like that. Then finally, they experience happiness of Treta Yuga always. The people in this Bhauma Sarga, their happiness is like that of Treta Yuga. So finally, some points. So in this place, in this Bhauma Sarga, there are a lot of lakes, lot of gardens are there. And the places, they are all living in the nicely decorated hermitages and all. Everywhere greenery is there. Flower plants, fruit plants, birds, honeybees. Entire atmosphere is very sattvic, very holy, very pleasing, very conducive. Everything is nicely. And Srila Prabhupada adds one point. See, in spite of having all these opulences, they are never forget that they are Lord's servants. If these opulences are given to people around us, they immediately say, it is all mera hard work. I am entitled to enjoy all these things. Like that, our people say. So then Sukadeva Goswami talks about the prayers offered by the residents of entire Jambudvipa. The 9 Varshas are there, na? Who are all people residing in these places and who are worshipping which kind of Devata, etc. are being integrated. In Ilavrata Varsha, one of the 11 Rudras is residing. We have 11 Rudras. The 11 of them are residing in 11 different places. So one residing in the Ilavrata Varsha. He is living along with his wife Bhavani, and also so many extra ladies are there. So at one point of time, Bhavani and Shiva were in the intimate relationship. Saptarishis came down from Saptarishi Mandal. They directly went into inner chambers. So Bhavani felt ashamed. Hey, why is this? They are simply coming inside. Understanding the mood of Bhavani, Lord Shiva put a condition. Hereafter, any male enters into this place, they will become female. So like that. He has put a condition. Since then, that condition is valid. Recently, one person went there, Siddhumna, and he became female. He became Yela. As a result of that, Purura was born. So all the supposed pastors were there. So like that. Here, Lord Shiva worships Lord Sankarshana. And similarly, Bhadrashva, son of Dharmaraj, worships Lord Hayagriva in Bhadrashva Varsha. Prahlad Maharaj even today staying in the Hari Varsha. He is worshipping Lord Narsingadev. And in Ketumala Varsha, Mother Lakshmi worshipping Lord Pradyumna. In Rammeka Varsha, Vaivashvatamanu. Who is Vaivashvatamanu? What is his name? Vivashwan is the father. Vivashwan's son is Shradadeva. He is called as Vaivashvatamanu. Vivashwan is not Manu. Vivashwan is sun god. His son is Vaivashvatamanu. He is currently residing in this Rammeka Varsha, worshipping Lord Matsya. Why he is worshipping Lord Matsya? In the previous life he was King Satyavrata. He was saved by Lord Matsya during that Pralaya. Since then he became the devotee of Lord Matsya. In Hiranyamaya Varsha there is Aryama. Who is Aryama? Son of Aditi and Kashyapa, one of the 12 Adityas. So he is staying in this and worshipping Lord Kurma. In Kuru Varsha, Bhudevi. We always say na Bhudevi. She is staying in Kuru Varsha and worshipping Lord Varaha. Varaha is her husband. Kimpurusha Varsha, all the Vanaras headed by Hanumanji Sugriva, they are still residing. They have not left their body, they are still alive. And they are worshipping Lord Ram. And in Bharata Varsha, Narada Muni worshipping Nara Narayan Rishis. And he is teaching Savarni Manu, who is going to become the next Manu. He is under the school of Narada Muni right now. He will become Manu in the next Manvantara. So here you see, all the different lords are being worshipped in these different places. This is our Ilavata Varsha. Lord Shiva put condition here only in this area. If somebody comes Ilavata Varsha, no problem. But if somebody comes into this Kailasa Karavira mountain area, they will become female. Only these two mountain area, only the condition is applicable. Remaining area, it is not applicable. Acharya say, because Devatas and Asuras came to take this mountain, if the condition applicable for the entire Ilavata Varsha, they should have become female. But they did not become female. Even Kardama takes Devahuti to this entire Ilavata Varsha area. Kardama did not become female. That means the condition is applicable only in this Kailasa mountain area. And this is the mountain used for Samudra Manthan. So here is the Samudra Manthan. And here are Lord Shiva worshipping Lord Sankarshana. Here are the Vanaras constructing the bridge to Lanka. Here is King Satyavrata was saved by Lord Matsya. So like this, all these places are still inhabited by some of these important personalities about whom we hear in Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavatam, here and there, etc. This is about Jambudvipa. So in Jambudvipa, the 8 verses are known as Bhaumasvarga. In Bhaumasvarga, what kind of facilities, what kind of people, what kind of birth and lifestyle structure is there, we have seen. What is remaining is Bharata Varsha. And tomorrow we will discuss about Bharata Varsha from 19th chapter. So prayers we have not discussed. I just showed one slide only about the prayers. We are directly jumping into 19th chapter. We will discuss about Bharata Varsha. What is Bharata Varsha? What kind of situation they are there? What kind of opulences? What kind of things they are there? So then we will see in future. Okay? Any questions? Quickly. Tomorrow. Wait till tomorrow.
हिमालय पार करके इधर आ गए और बाद में वो उधर लेक्चर देने के लिए गए तो हिमालय पार करके आए इसका मतलब वो पहले उधर रहते थे
Maybe, Prabhuji, I don't know. Maybe, might be. See, Sukadeva Goswami keep wandering here and there. किधर भी रह सकते थे.
दूसरा आपने ये जो बताया ना 6-8 वाला
हाँ.
ब्रह्मा जी का
इलावृता वर्षा. हाँ.
ये जो कुबेरा लिखा है
हाँ.
तो उसमें दूसरी जगह आपने ये भी लिखा है कि सोम करके
हाँ.
ऐसा दूसरा चित्र में पिक्चर में ना उसको कुबेरा की जगह सोम लिखा है आपने.
ओके, गलती हो गया होगा.
नहीं
इट इज एक्चुअली सोमा. विभावरी इज द अबोर्ड ऑफ सोमा.
तो कुबेरा
actually stays in the Ishana direction. Lord Shiva is there na. Next to Lord Shiva, Kubera also stays. Kubera generally stays in the Ishana direction. Soma stays in the north direction. Northeast. Yeah. Any other? Okay. So we'll stop here. So my humble request to all the devotees, we are meeting on sharp time so that we can do. Today half an hour late we started. So tomorrow we want to start on time so that we can do the needful. 10:45. 10:45. Okay. Hare Krishna. Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.